Good evening. Welcome to Más O Menos Mexicanos. Take two.
No, it's the only take. They don't know any different.
My name is Marco. We've lost all 200 of our viewers because of the error.
God damn it. Now we have two. Shit.
My name is Marco. I'll be your host here today. Alongside being my first captain, we have
Sammy Gonzalez, a.k.a. The Mexcellence, on all forms of social media. Find me and follow us. We got lots of good things coming.
And then across from me, we have...
I'm JJ. And then next to me, we have...
I just wandered in. Clearly, I'm on the wrong show. I know.
Well,
we are scary.
You're represented just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Got a couple Oscar winners.
Well,
There it is.
No, you keep the sexy fade all the time, baby.
Tommy McGrew, by the way. Yeah.
So I thought I would start this off with a really funny YouTube skit. Well, not YouTube skit. So it's just YouTube search. So I thought, because I use YouTube to research a lot of these topics.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just make a quick comparison. Black representation. Look, it even fills itself out in film.
That was a lot of it.
Yeah, enough. I mean, there's an active...
A history of black stereotypes, the evolution of black representation.
It was an evolution.
Yeah, throughout
It
history...
did not start off great.
I was going to say, throughout history, they've just been mimicking you guys the whole time.
Yeah, a lot of blackface, a lot of minstrel shows, Sambos and whatnot.
Mickey
yeah.
Mouse, yeah.
It's not
Al Jolson.
Owl Jolson or Owl Jolson?
Well, whoever was in the jazz singing.
No, Owl Jolson is in the jazz singer.
Well, that
Owl
motherfucker.
Jolson is I want to sing about the moon and the June
what
and the
the
spring.
hell?
That was the name of the character.
Owl.
Owl, get it?
Yeah, clever.
It's still very racist if you think
Yeah,
about it.
it very
He
much
wasn't
so
racist.
is.
He was an owl that was cute. Sang a song.
Nah, if he's associated with Al Jolson.
He liked to sing about the moon and the June.
Did he have
and the
blackface
spring.
also?
No, he was an owl. He's fine. He had a vest. He was Jewish.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't you just besmirch the owl.
allow it.
I give you points for that. That was
No more show. That's the kill switch.
So just to paint the picture of why we do this show, now I'm just gonna type
Use the right term. We're gonna get canceled.
no, just Mexican representation.
Whoa! What the hell is he?
Could have been Latinx. It has to be Latinx. It might be search history. Second. See what it says.
So you don't get like the same kind of comparison and evolution. You just get like a documentary about the 1940s stereotype. Like it's not the same kind of content.
Yeah, it's
at
black
all.
people right there.
Even in our own searches. Hey, do me a favor though. Look up Latinx because Mexican is specific to us. That's the new buzzword. So if it were to be there, I wonder if it's there as opposed to just Mexican though. That's the real question.
No, I tried Mexican, Mexican American. You get more with Mexican than anything.
Right.
Latinx representation.
Still
you
again, the black people.
Yeah.
It's the exact same one.
So there's a couple things there under that though. Like there's a TED Talk. There's a couple listicles, and then the what if Hispanic superheroes. Is that Cheech Marin? No,
No,
Edward
that's
James
old.
Olmos.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They all both wear the cool hat now, so I can't tell the difference. Yeah, so yeah, it's a little
it
more.
fades into
It's a little more blurred. It's not as
Very
stark.
much.
There's no
Not
real focus or intent on
Well,
it.
you can't be because you don't have anyone.
And the ones that we did, I've learned, people aren't liking anymore. They're calling them white.
What?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into your stuff, but for example,
Yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, Antonio Banderas, they're Spanish, so
Yeah.
they're not Latinos.
Well, I knew Antonio Banderas.
Yeah,
was
but
Spanish.
I didn't know that for the longest time. I was like, yeah, he's Zorro. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's in Desperado.
Right,
and-
because he's doing
Oh
all
yeah,
these
no,
things.
he's not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not.
Banderas' flag. I know what that means.
Right.
Well, that is actually
Yeah,
not.
Spain has them.
They do.
That's the point, JJ. But I took what I could get growing up.
Well, that is actually what we're going to lead into.
Right.
And I thought a good way to start that is what was the first time you probably ever, the first real time you saw a Mexican in film? Like
Desperado.
Desperado?
Yeah. Clearly, it wasn't Antonio Banderas. It was,
Well, I mean, the first one is El Mariachi, which is just some Mexican from Del
Yeah,
Rio.
I don't think I should count. Santo.
Yeah.
El Santo and Blue Demon.
No, that's fine because that shows like the difference of everything. Because I mean, I could probably count a lot of the Mexican movies that my grandpa watched. For me, and sake of memory, it's La Bamba. Like,
Right.
Oh, well, I
But was
guess
gonna-
I'll
so
take that one
You said
too,
Mexican characters, but like he's like Puerto Rican.
No, but he's playing
He's
a
playing a
Mexican,
Mexican.
yeah.
Yeah, it was either La Bamba.
I'm sure his
Richie-
brother is actually 100% Mexican
Oh,
without
wait,
being.
no.
Yeah.
No. I'm so sorry. No, it wasn't La Bamba. It wasn't Desperado. I'd say either Blood in Blood. No, American Me. American Me is mine.
See, because mine is like
that's one of my dad's favorite movies.
I was allowed to watch La Bamba. I knew about Blood In, Blood Out simultaneously.
Right.
I was 4 or 5 years old in my brain.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, like I wasn't allowed to watch it, but I watched it and
Okay.
then like got shooed away. It's like, get away, this is the bad part.
Right.
It was all the bad part.
The whole
Give me some chon chon is the bad part.
yeah, that's the part
Among
everyone
many
quotes.
bad parts.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of black.
Both
You
of those
fucking with me, a spider?
I don't know why. Yeah, my father loved American Me and Blood In, Blood Out.
Because they're crazy.
He loved gangster movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
so there you go.
I mean, that does go into something that we'll talk about a little bit later, that we do actually have a couple Mexican movies that probably like one every 3 or 4 years before like the heyday really started in 2010. And like, because now you can get a movie made on anything with all the 9 platforms and anything. Like,
I'm
there's
still not seeing anything.
we'll get to that.
Okay. All right.
There's a lot to get to here.
Yeah.
But
And was it okay if when I put it down to just movies? Because TV is
Yeah.
a whole separate thing.
no, I thought
Ricky Ricardo.
that would be my first. Yeah. Well, that in general goes into what Sam alluded to earlier. Was I the only one that just pretended people were Mexican? Like when I was like 5 to 10, because I just remember like there would be really big stretches where it's like Burt Reynolds is Mexican because he's tan and has a mustache.
I went the other way. For a while, I thought I was white.
Oh.
Because Jerry Springer was like, trailer park trash. I live in a trailer. My mom yells at people. I might be white, guys.
Oh no! Where's my privilege now? I didn't care. It was one of those like 90 melting pot type things where I'm like, anybody with a Spanish last name was Mexican.
Yeah.
Gloria Estefan, Mexican.
Oh,
Everybody do the conga, Mexican. Vicente Fernandez, also Mexican. That was true. With Ricky Martin, probably Mexican. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, I definitely thought Ricky Martin was Mexican until like he disappeared.
Yeah.
And then when he came back and was gay, and then it's like Puerto Rican star Ricky Martin, and I was like, oh, yeah.
That explains half of it. The other half also explains itself. But yeah, no, I just thought everybody was. Anybody with a Spanish last name, I just made that assumption for the most part.
No, yeah, that's what I used to do too. I was telling Tommy because when the topic was a little bit broader, that I used to pretend like Kung Lao was Mexican because he has a sombrero.
Hell yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's
what
fair, I
said.
guess.
Funny enough, one of my friends in elementary, like his older brothers would call me Liu Kang because I was Chino.
Oh my god, that's really bad. Also, the eyes thing was really bad.
That's terrible.
More importantly, them calling you that was worse.
Well, I mean, my
It's all
eyes
bad.
were more squinty when I was a kid.
But you don't have to do the fucking face.
Well, I had to explain.
I mean, they get it.
I mean, we did do an episode. I don't think you were on it about like Mexican Americans' weird racism, where the darkest dude is negro, Chino is.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's common. I get it.
They
we had
boil
one
it
in
down
college.
Stop
right.
stifling my culture, Sammy.
Hey, I'm just saying, we had a dude in college named Chino. We called him that every day. We never did the eye thing.
Hope not.
He just like, but you were to your credit, he did have. I don't know. There's no way.
Yeah,
To,
I
there's no way
also
to put it.
had just as long a hair. So.
Yeah.
I did know a Cuban guy who was, well, I guess, Afro-Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, his nickname, he said in Cuba, was Blackie.
Well, I'll put some shit
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
I have an uncle Blackie.
No surprise.
It was black. It was black hair though. He had a fro. But
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with banjo.
yeah.
I'm on the wrong show.
It had it's bad. But here's the thing. Don't know his real name.
That's worse.
He's a distant.
That's far worse.
He's a distant uncle. He's not my uncle. He's my uncle's
Oh,
uncle.
you use it? Okay, I was like, well,
Yeah.
we
he's
just-
like 80 if he's alive still.
oh god,
So it's not good.
terrible. Hope it's not on his tombstone if he passes.
No.
Okay.
Can't imagine it would be.
Here lies Uncle Blackie. Would be terrible.
that'd be
That
bad.
doesn't sound
I feel
bad
like they
in
might
my-
put it in quotations.
Look, it doesn't sound bad in my ear because I know him as such loosely because he's a distant relative.
Right.
But in my normal brain around people, that's awful.
It's really bad.
That's
It's really bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Here lies Like, oh, his name was Ricardo the entire time. Like,
He didn't look like a Ricardo.
Yeah. No wonder they called him that. Ricardo's a terrible name. Sorry, Ricardo.
I did learn a couple of facts digging history for that. Like, the Oscar is a Mexican dude. I didn't know that.
That is
What?
true. I did know that. Oscar?
How ironic is that? My God, Jesus!
Hey, man.
So they put you guys on the statue, but you can't get one.
No kidding, man.
Good God!
I'm just saying, we come in all shades of brown, even gold. Even gold.
The brownest of browns.
It's the shiniest of
the
brown.
shiniest of brown.
Look at that sexy beast.
How did that happen?
So there's a lot of like weird things with
What's
Hollywood.
that guy's name? Oscar.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Spanish name, Oscar.
They named the fucking thing after him. Also,
Well, because here's the thing.
I guess the directors get them all the time. So maybe that's.
I could take this a little bit. The 1920s, if I'm not mistaken, in Mexico was like the golden age of Hollywood for them, or their Hollywood.
The 20s. 20s. Okay.
No, it was more like the 1940s, 1930s. But yeah.
Well, the 1920s. The reason why I know about that was I think it was late 20s is when they started like making movies, and then at some point during that era, Walt Disney went down there and was
his name was Emilio Fernandez, not Oscar.
I'm gonna call him Oscar. but like Walt Disney went down there like, what the fuck? Let's make some Mexican animation. They did the Three Caballeros and stuff like that. And so there was funding like from people going like, oh shit, there's a lot of talented things down here. So they started funding a little bit of money here and there. They had their own money and they made a bunch of movies. A bunch of stars came from it. And a couple of them eventually then crossed over during the 40s, 50s, 60s, all that stuff.
Right.
It was illustrious. Mexico had a lot of really high quality movies, stuff that you couldn't see stateside, right? And so that happened for a long time. I don't know the history of why it stopped, but probably just the rise of Hollywood, period. And them taking all the
They
funds.
just took everything over.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
your budgets,
it
bigger
stopped
stars.
because the Mexican economy started crashing.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's called the Mexican Renaissance because art and movies and everything was great after the revolution, but we didn't get the post-economic boom of World War II.
Right.
After World War II, not World War II itself, but yeah.
And
World
then
War I, you
every
mean?
Mexican movie was just La Risa en Vacaciones.
I don't speak Spanish.
It was a series of movies from my youth that were basically just almost like Jackass, pre-Jackass, where it wasn't people like doing out there wild stunts, but it was people like messing with people, playing pranks on people that were on vacation in Cancun.
Impractical Jokers, I guess. Would that be closer?
No, because in Practical Jokers, they're fucking with themselves, kind of. This is more like if Bad Grandpa. Bad Grandpa is a better
okay.
example.
That's kind of interesting. I kind of want to see those.
Oh, they were hilarious. I loved watching them.
What were they called again?
La Risa en Vacaciones.
Can you look that up, Marcos? I just want to see if there's anything that exists. How old are these?
These have to have been like 80s, maybe late 70s.
it's a great time
So
for
they're,
movies.
so they're in color then.
They're in color, yeah.
I'm thinking in the 1940s. I'm still thinking black and white.
And then, yeah, there would also be like, they were always censored, I remember, but there was also like scenes where like,
You can find the whole movie.
yeah, these chicks are like,
What the hell? Look
topless
at
on
those.
the
Show
beach. Yeah.
show the cover. The cover was very National Lampoonish. Look at
Oh God.
Pedro,
Yeah.
Pablo. Who's that?
You gotta love old
Paco.
80s covers, right?
Risa.
It's genuine artwork back then.
Well, this was also this reeks of barbershop porn.
yeah.
Yeah.
A barbershop. What?
You've never heard of that?
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can't look it up, but once upon a time, my grandpa would take me to Mexico to cut my hair, and I never understood why. I was like 5, so I'd never asked, but there was just stacks of cartoon pornography everywhere.
Yeah,
Cartoon. My barber had actual pornography.
Dirty comics.
Right. Dirty
You
comics.
know, my barber had straight up penthouses and
Yeah.
hustlers.
Well, yeah, it's the equivalent, but Mexican.
Oh, okay.
They don't want to have actual hustlers out there. Like, American side, that was more like you had your lowrider magazines and stuff like that, kind of the equivalent there.
That's
And
not porn. That's
It's
just,
not, but
No,
that's
no.
that's what brought
The
over
American
cultural style.
equivalent to what like Marco was talking about would be like pulp comics, where
Oh, but
they
those
would be like
particular, yeah.
super extreme
Right.
on like horror or whatever. It's just that like the porn ones were the most popular ones.
Oh.
The ones that had like titties were like the most popular ones.
That's
But
understandable.
It's pulp comics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The ones in particular that they're talking about,
Oh,
like that
okay.
type of artwork and all that stuff. That's
Y'all's barbers were
reminiscent of that.
soft. Get the hardcore stuff. That's what I like my barber. Hey,
You really,
You were like 12 when you were looking at those. You nasty.
first discovered everything.
you really can find the whole movies online.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no copyright.
I'm pretty sure they did this all illegally.
Well, we can't get into it because it's more Mexican than Mexican American, but that's still a thing today. That it's cartels bankroll a lot of movies, like cartel legends and stuff. Spurt. So cartels randomly are like, "Hey, my cousin Juan died, so let's make a movie about him." And then like, there's weird stories that like they'll kidnap amateur directors and stuff like
Right.
that and force them to make a
Or
movie.
they'll just ask Sean Penn to come on down.
That too.
He's not doing anything.
Bruce Willis might be available.
Oh, you got at least about
Bruce Willis will
75K.
do it for a nickel.
Yeah,
Will
he'll
he?
only be in for like 5 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis is supposedly really hard to work with. The last thing I want to see is Bruce Willis like headless in Mexico.
I don't know, man.
But yeah,
If they left it in the movie, that'd be kind of fucking freaky.
I'm not gonna watch that.
no, there's other websites for that.
Oh, I don't want to watch it. Like, no, it has to be clean. It has to be cinematic. Can't be real.
No, they never mind. It's got way too dark.
I don't watch those movies. I've watched one and I almost freaked out. Like, legit.
Yeah,
I
most
don't like
people.
those beheading things, man. Those are scary.
Yo,
We'll get off-
God,
we'll
who
get
the
off of
fuck
it, but-
does?
Hey, we're talking about Mexican cinema. That's the
You don't want to start talking about
I'm just saying, cartel videos are a genre.
traumatic beheading.
They are
Yeah.
a subgenre of Mexican cinema.
Oh God,
Tell me I'm wrong.
I thought this was about underrepresentation.
I mean, it is about.
Well, it's because the cartel has all the money.
Oh my God.
I actually did look up some of the numbers and was kind of surprised by this. That somehow, I mean, I kind of know how because my mom and dad don't stop going to the movies. I mean, before COVID, but they said Mexican Americans account for 24% of the box office in any given year.
It's true.
That's
My mom
even
doesn't
higher.
even speak English, and I take her to movies.
Mexicans love movies.
Yeah.
They love movies, and part of me thinks that it's just because it's something that's communal. Like you could take a bunch of people to go do it and pay your fee and get your food, and everyone's there and can enjoy themselves.
Right. For
That's,
at least
that's,
for about
that's my idea of it.
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Hour and a half, 2 hours. Everyone's having a good time. It's relatively inexpensive.
Right.
You get your thrills. You get to laugh. You get to cry. Nah, maybe not cry, but laugh a little bit, have some fun,
Yeah.
and then you're done with it. And then you go do the rest of your day. Right? It's 2 hours.
You could say
you're
you
done.
did something.
You say you did something.
Right.
Right.
Well, with all that, I mean, I still struggle because I got into the back door of Mexican movies. Is how I feel like it when it comes to representation.
Yeah.
Now we're moving from when we what it was when I was a kid to I guess growing up, because I feel like at a certain point. Like, what did you get for Mexican American representation in America? It would be things like Selena was a good example, but that's like 1994.
Right.
5, yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. And then, other than that, I mean, you'd get like the Traveling Pants movie once in a while.
America Ferrera's early career.
I'm about to say it's only one.
That's
That
what I
was
said
enough.
about one
Oh.
every 5 years.
Oh yeah.
You talking about good or just general?
Just in general.
Well, I'm counting that not straight to
Mainstream.
Right. Well, so
like-
then mainstream in what
Major
I was
release.
learning,
Yeah.
what I was,
Yeah.
because I looked it up because obviously you had your Mexican movies, and
Right.
then the real big one, Cheech and Chong in the 70s. That trilogy that they had in that time frame, the 70s to the
What about-
80s, that was probably one of the only Mexican American /
only one I
Mexican
saw.
that had that kind of headline, right? That they were not, they were making a ton of money,
Yeah.
but people knew about them. They were traveling comedians. They were making good money.
Right.
They created that image that still goes on today.
albums
Then that goes into the 90s, Born in East LA. Then you start getting Blood In, Blood Out. You get
American
Me. You get Zoot Suit. Those types of movies. This Valdez, I forget his name. That's the director. He did like a big chunk of those. I think it's Valdez's last name. But anyway, you get a series in the 90s of that. And then what I observed, 9/11 Bush era, that shit just stops. The shit just shuts
Felt
down.
like it
There's a couple
shut
things
down
on
before.
TV. Huh?
I feel like it shut down before.
Well,
I feel
they
like
were-
as soon as the 90s were over.
They were
it shut
ramping
down.
up because you had the Latin invasion. We're kind of going outside of it, of just movies. You had the Latin invasion, Ricky
That was
Martin,
more music.
and that. But no, that's music.
right.
But go the music, go the culture, because everything was Latin, was spicy, and those types of movies were Zorro. I think was around that late '90s era. Different things were elevating. Spy Kids got the green light under that, right? And that's when Robert Rodriguez started hitting his thing, is that 90s era. And then it just dropped off, where then the only person was Robert Rodriguez for a while. And that was like one movie every 2-3 years. And everything else, Spanglish, starring Adam Sandler. Because it's Mexican. It's not a Mexican made.
She wasn't Mexican in real life, right? Paz
Vega?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That's the thing.
Marcos
we don't
is
know.
on it.
Yeah, we don't know anymore, right? So that's the thing with this kind of stuff, was that you would get every so often that
She's
kind
Spanish.
of story. Yeah.
Of course.
Chocolate. Things that
Chocolat
had
was
Spanish
French.
influence.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Chocolat was French.
Confused me. I never saw it. I thought it was a Spanish word.
That goes back to him pretending it was Mexican.
pretend.
Right? Are you going to say Amelie next?
No, no. If it was Amelia, then I would.
Oh, yeah, true.
But it's not.
I mean, look, you're right.
Actually, it would have been chocolate. What am I? I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway.
See, you say it was an uptick, and I just saw the same thing of just, still like, movie or, celebrity, a star, big gap. We'll throw another celebrity, a star in this mainstream movie, real low-key supporting role, big gap. And then it was just a long period, to me probably the best period with you guys in cinema, your directors. You can direct the hell out of a movie.
Oh, yeah. The late 10s.
Yeah, it would be late 10s, yeah. Like, we were talking about it, like, as if you care about Oscars, which I love the fact that, Mexicans win Oscars now.
Right.
I think it's pretty cool that of the last 9 Oscars, the best directors, it's gone to Mexicans 5 times.
Five times.
And that was it was
2 of them twice.
No, it was 4 in a row.
It was.
At one point,
In a row.
It was
legit in a row.
It was dominance.
Yes, pure dominance.
And it got me super mad.
The Tom Brady of directing.
It's Mexican.
Mexican.
He only had a 3-peat. We had a 4. Even better. No, but the problem I had with that was, man, they really love the way we tell stories.
Yes.
Fuck, they don't like looking
Stay
at us
the
though.
fuck behind the camera.
Yeah, they don't like looking at us.
Right.
They'll enjoy a monster fucking a woman, a fish monster fucking a woman.
Beautiful fish monster.
Beautiful fish monster.
Yeah.
He has abs.
He does have abs.
Right.
He's in great shape.
Well, it's all that swimming.
All that's got that Michael Phelps body.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but right.
Oh, it's a Michael Phelps Origins. I haven't seen it.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Guillermo del Toro is prolific in all his horror stuff.
Right.
And he's the director, but he is more like story focused, and he gets what the studio gives him, right? And that's just like, all right, you need to do this, this, and this. Here's Hellboy.
Well, he just-
here's Pan's
No,
Labyrinth.
I don't think that's the case anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
it
even.
was with
I don't
Blade
even think
2.
with Hellboy. I think he wanted to do.
He
that.
loved Hellboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he would do things like Hellboy gets drunk on Tecate and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
If
what
there
I'm
was
saying.
one that he probably didn't want to do, I'd say it's maybe Blade 2. But he
Which
likes
is the
vampires
best
and
Blade,
shit,
though.
so like,
Right.
It literally is the best
like, I'm
Blade.
pretty sure he still wanted to do it.
I'm tired of people shitting on Blade 2 now. Out of nowhere.
it's
I
the
love
best
Blade.
one,
It is the
Yeah.
best one.
It's the best one.
It's one of my favorite.
and-
Probably it's in the top 3 of my favorite movies of the early 2000s because that decade was flawed.
Well, like
yeah.
it's like
bad.
the third Harry Potter movie. It was just like, was it Christopher Columbus, and then it was one of the Mexican ones.
I thought Corona.
Yeah, Cora. And it's like, what?
It's the best one.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. That's one with Sirius Black, right?
Yeah.
Prison Azkaban. Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm saying.
We're the best.
And but it's funny how you're the best when you have to put like Bradley Cooper and Leonardo DiCaprio and Emma Stone in your movies. You have to direct them, but you can't direct anything. Roma should have won Best Picture when it was nominated.
That was a wonderful
It's a
movie.
beautiful, amazing fucking movie. Didn't win Best Picture. Should have won, but no.
What won that year? Do you remember?
What year was that?
Roma.
Yeah.
I want to say 2017.
Roma
2017.
nominated.
Let's see here.
Fuck, did win. I'm usually good at
Before
this.
Rona?
It's
That was way
Rona.
before
Absolutely.
Rona.
I was here in Austin, so
2019.
oh shit.
Oh, that was 2019.
like right
Barely.
before
Okay, I apologize,
This
JJ.
is our last chance.
Technically, the ceremony was 1 month before Rona.
Oh, wow. They caused it. They did it. It's their fault. Let's blame Hollywood.
Exactly.
I'm good with that.
Some people think it was
So
Harambe.
what did win?
It was Roma.
2019 Best Picture. Oh, was that La La Land and Moonlight? If it's Moonlight, it's okay.
No,
Oh no, it's Parasite.
Oh, that was Parasites. Yeah,
I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right, Academy.
it should have been. No, I'm not.
That's pound for pound.
That's a pound for pounder right there.
It's just that Parasites
Roma's
were
highly
fun
underrated.
to watch.
It is.
Roma's is good
It's
cinema.
very. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's very.
It's great cinema, but it's not
rich
a
cinema.
fun movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Parasite at least has a guy bashing a guy's brains in. That's neat.
The rock that he hugs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Parasite's brilliant. So yeah, it lost fairly, I
But
suppose.
the fact that it took that long for a native dark-skinned woman to be a lead, period.
Yeah.
Period.
That's
Let
crazy.
Let alone one
That's
of the
fucking
best movies of
crazy.
the
And you're
last
right.
decade.
Like
Yeah.
name.
And we hated it. The Mexican, not like we, like not us individually, but culturally,
Yeah.
there was a lot of that light-skinned
The colorism.
preference
joke.
colorism was just rampant with that poor woman because they'd put her on the front of a magazine, they'd lighten her 3 shades, 4
Good
shades.
God.
And obviously, too.
Yeah.
It took a few that put their hands down, were like, this is what she fucking looks like. She's a dark-skinned Mexican, indigenous Mexican woman. Fuck off, right? Just stop it.
Jesus.
But
They
otherwise,
do it to
people,
us, too.
but people were criticizing her looks. They were criticizing her height. They were criticizing
Gotta
her
make
hair.
white people comfortable, Sammy.
Huh?
Gotta
Well,
make white
no,
people
This is
comfortable.
Mexicans.
They were
Oh,
This is
straight
Mexican
I'm
saying
talking
that.
American. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, but
Yeah,
but
they do it
that's-
here too.
But that's why they don't even give those people a chance to lead.
Yeah.
Has she's a fine one of the
Amazing
finest actors out of
actress,
yeah.
those types of movies are the best pictures of that year. And has she gotten real big serious work in America?
No,
No.
she's not gonna.
And in Mexico, I don't know. I'm
Hell,
not
you
following
can't
Mexican
get
cinema.
a light-skinned Mexican really to get attention here.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, that's what I was going to talk about. Like when I was growing up and trying to the back door, going into the Oscars and everything like that. Gael Garcia Bernal was one of the first actors.
One of my
that
favorite
I saw.
actors. Yeah.
That he was making movies like they were set in Mexico, like Amores Perros,
Y tu mamá
Yeah.
también.
Yep. One of my favorite movies
Bad
also.
Education, all these different like really.
Was that filmed in Mexico?
The setting
Because Pedro
was-
Almodovar is Spanish.
No, well, so is Gael Garcia Bernal. He's not
thought he was
Mexican.
Mexican.
No, he's not Mexican.
Oh, Diego Luna gave him that check mark. That's what I thought. Because
That's how we
like
don't
best
know.
friends.
That's
Yeah.
how we don't know.
Oh, damn.
Because you put a Spanish last
Oh
name on
my-
something, it could be anything.
Fuck, I thought he was
Brian Flores in the
Mexican. I liked
NFL's
him more.
Hispanic. I only knew because his last name was Flores.
He's from Brooklyn.
Right. Doesn't make him any less. It's just
He
but
walks
it's-
into the stadium with Timberlands on.
No, but it's further down the line. But even he, right?
Yeah.
You look at that guy. You look at the coach Brian Flores. And you're like, oh, that guy's not Hispanic in some
Yeah.
way. And then you go, oh, Flores, what? And you look back. I think it's like his mother is either half or full and like Puerto Rican, I think.
Right.
But like, you never know. So,
course not.
huh?
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Who's another?
Tessa
random?
Thompson.
Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
There used to be like a big wise tale, and I wouldn't even know how to look it up. That Marilyn Monroe's grandparents were from like the Mexican side of my hometown.
If you really dig into a lot of celebrities who are like 1 degree.
What's her name? Richie. Lionel Richie's daughter.
Nicole.
Nicole. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was adopted by Lionel
Yeah,
Richie,
no.
but yeah, she's Hispanic too.
Really? Mm-hmm. Did not know that.
We got to keep count, man. We
got a lot.
have our collections,
You have
man.
a bunch.
They kind of
The Estevez,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
Emilio,
I was-
the Sheens.
Martin Sheen, and good old Charlie, Tiger Blood himself.
Tiger Blood is Hispanic. And that's the thing. I even fear saying things are Mexican anymore because I don't like the word Mexican. Or no, I'm sorry. I don't like the word Hispanic. Generally speaking, I've learned throughout my Chicano studies.
I don't know what. Can I be honest?
you don't know the right word.
I have no fucking clue
Neither
what
do
to
we.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. What to call is different than what I know what the titles mean. I don't know what to call who. So if I called, but here's the problem, right? If I called
Come on.
Charlie Sheen Mexican and he was Cuban or Panamanian
Yeah.
or Ecuadorian, at this point I'd get I'd get
you
called
guys-
out on it, but it would be corrected.
Look.
Versus if you say Hispanic, and that's the origin of Spain. If you say Latino, it's the origin in Central America.
I just wish you guys.
Hey,
Who followed? we were like, hey,
I heard a noise. We did a good.
Danner D. Jones followed us. Thanks, bro.
Thanks for the follow. man.
Sorry, had to
He's
do it.
half Mexican. No.
was that?
Aaron Neville.
Aaron Neville?
Might as well.
Might as well.
But no, like, look.
But we don't know, right?
I wish you guys had like the copyright on brown, but it's a lot of brown people in the world.
I would like to thank India for jeopardizing brown.
They fucked it up
They're
for you.
equally as
They
brown-
fucked it up for you
equally as
big
brown
time.
as us.
Yeah, they
So-
really did. Because I really wish, because
Right.
you guys deserve a color like we
A
got.
good unifier.
Yeah.
That's the hard part.
Don't call me African American. That's some bullshit. I'm black.
You black.
If they can be white, goddamn it, I'm black, and you should be brown. If we're simplifying that shit to that
Right, but
degree,
here's the thing. A lot of us aren't even brown. A lot of us are light skinned.
do I look black? I'm brown.
No, I'm talking about, I'm talking about purely like this, right? This is brown.
Yeah.
My sister about as white as this piece of paper, right?
Whatever ignorant Klansmen would call you because they can't speak words, that's what you are.
I did learn. I did learn the origin of greaser.
Oh, no, not
today.
that one.
What's
Oh,
that?
yeah.
That one?
I learned the origin of greaser. It
Oh,
was
no.
like
That's a
grease paint-
vintage.
grease paint that white people would wear so they would look brown, like Mexican or
How the fuck did leather jackets get involved with that?
well, it's way back. Like
Oh,
that's
dear
like
God.
they made a so Mexicans were the bad guys for most of the 1920s.
Shocker.
We were Germans before Germans in movies.
They
Well, they didn't have Nazis, so they had to do
we
something.
they were scared. Well, here's a little bit piece of history. Before Pearl Harbor, the last person to successfully invade America was Pancho Villa. He raided a base in New Mexico.
All right.
Got gold from Fort Knox. Shit's tight.
He did not get gold from. He made it as far as New Mexico. That's where
He said he got
raided.
gold. He didn't go to Fort Knox. He got
Keep
gold.
the
from
legend. No, fuck that. People don't know history. He went to Fort Knox, took all the gold because he's a Jew. They'll believe it.
It was en route, and he stole it.
There you go.
He was stealing from the federal
It
government.
was Ocean's 11 before Ocean's 11, and he was Danny Ocean. They'll believe it.
Why not make that? Why not make that movie? You're talking about
I would love
revisionist
to
history
see that.
and a glorious
Quit-
bastards-esque.
Let's have
Poncho
Robert
Villa movie?
Rodriguez make that one.
I don't know that.
I just watched him.
With a little-
I just watched him
with a
ruin
little Quentin Tarantino
Look at-
flair.
I just watched him ruin Star Wars. I'm not going to make him do any
Yeah,
more
he
movies.
fucked Star Wars up. At least he got work, though. He's getting some Disney money. I'm happy about
I'm
that.
happy with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, like I was saying, Mexicans were the bad guys for like a good 10, 20 years to the point that the Mexican president was like, you guys need to stop, like, because of hate crimes and stuff like that. They were like, you need to stop, like, just keep making us the bad guys for everything.
It kind of stuck.
Well, I mean, it stopped
Donald
when
Trump did
Germany
not help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It started
comes in
with Germany.
cycles.
Right.
It comes in cycles.
How did
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the World
World War
Wars.
II.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
Then it was Russians, right?
Communists.
Oh,
Communists.
that's right.
Right. And then the 90s.
90s.
Well, 80, Cold War era ends in like 90.
actually,
Who was the villain? In the Europeans, I
it
think.
was still Russians and
well,
Europeans.
Hispanics,
Germans, yeah.
Yeah.
Hispanics did make a comeback because of Al Pacino being the bad guy,
Scarface.
Scarface.
But he was he was an anti-hero.
I understand, but when you have a Cuban bad guy and then you have directors making
I
20
don't
John
think
Claude
he's
Van
the
Damme
bad
movies,
guy. That's what did it.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, but he is kind of the bad guy, and then in the sense
Not
that
in my heart.
it's he's an anti-hero
He's
for
an
sure.
anti- I'll take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want to say he's not a bad guy, definitely the Hispanic dude that shoots him with a rocket at the end.
He was the villain of the film. And he was definitely Hispanic. They made a note.
exactly.
I feel like he was a white guy with like.
Oh,
did he
no.
not look like that?
I don't know, man.
Okay, I don't know. He might. I don't know. That's what I always thought growing up.
Right. Well, if you want to talk about people with brown face, what was it? It was Alien. No, Alien 2.
I mean, we talk about Charlton Heston.
Huh?
If you want to go that
No, we're
route.
talking about Martinez. Martinez is a Jewish woman.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know
Oh,
that.
she is.
Yeah, she's very Jewish.
She's super Jewish.
and she's also in the Titanic as a lady drowning. And
that was her.
with the kids. I think it's her. Same lady.
I didn't
The
know
old
that.
lady, like with the
Not
husband.
the old lady.
Oh.
The one that
woman
tucks
with the
them in.
kids.
Oh,
The one with the kids.
She
was
tucks
she
them
also in
and-
Romeo and Juliet?
No idea.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you.
I
don't know which actress you're
But
talking.
Romeo and Juliet, another movie. I thought everyone on was Mexican on that side.
Romeo
Can I
plus
talk to you?
Juliet?
Talk about that? Yes,
Yeah.
Romeo, Baz Luhrmann's Romeo plus Juliet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That movie is highly influenced by Mexico. Didn't they film it in Mexico City? Because
I don't remember
it's like
where
a
they
fusion
filmed
of L.A. and Mexico City, but Mexican influences are fucking all over that movie.
I mean, when the
like
pest walked out
crazy.
with the Virgin on his shirt.
Yeah, with a tattoo on his back. He had Virgin Mary tattoo on his back. I'm like, he came out of prison and got his.
There's an eagle that says longsword on it.
Yeah, and John Leguizamo.
He's like every ethnicity.
He
in
is.
Central.
And every ethnicity is okay with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think he's
actually
he's done?
Colombian.
Colombian, and then
Okay.
he has a smidge of Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least half or quarter, at least.
he-
But he's from New York, so there's a lot of that culture.
He's allowed, like he's
But-
allowed to play whatever.
He played an Italian plumber.
He did.
Nobody fucking cares.
He
my thing-
Italian brother who was brothers with Englishman playing an Italian.
Right. So to bring it all around just for him,
Right.
yeah, he's one of the biggest advocates of Latinos right now
He
in
is.
cinema. He's just like, why don't we get fucking roles?
Yeah,
Follow
he's the
his
only
Instagram.
motherfucker saying that.
Follow his Instagram. He's the only one saying
a
it
legend.
loud and consistently.
Well, I was gonna say on that note, if you want to be on that, Edward James Olmos also has been doing that since forever.
And he's about to die. He's very elderly. I'm not saying I'm not wishing
He's
it upon him.
he's our James Earl Jones. That's what he is.
Yes, I would
or
say
Morgan
that.
Freeman. Yeah, pick one.
Because he's still fucking working. He's in Maya's FC like a year ago.
Oh,
They still
God.
got him. He's like 88, dude. He's
Are you
not
kidding me?
He's not young.
No.
Good
He was,
God.
he was old in movies in the 70s.
In the 90s, kind of.
Shit.
I mean, he
was
played
60
Selena's
in the
dad
90s.
like in '94.
Oh, he was old
95,
as
yeah.
fuck then. Yeah. Good God. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
He is, like, I looked at him. He's old and
He's all
frail.
you guys got.
Oh, he's 74. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Close enough to
No, but
80.
74 is an elderly
He's closer
man.
to 80 than fucking 50.
Tommy Chong's 80.
Good God.
Cheech is 74.
Well, that was the
That's
thing.
still not great.
Yeah.
What that was the point that I was going to make when you were talking about like I wish y'all had a unifier.
Yeah.
And not to be very derivative, but it's like when black people were making the transition from villains to hey, they can act too.
Yeah. Even
you
when it was like Birth of a Nation. Fuck, the villain was a slave somehow. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, we always that's
I was going to bring up Denzel. Like
won the Oscar for playing a villain.
Well, I thought he won it for Glory.
That was supporting actor. We don't count those.
Oh, come on. You're getting those at least. Shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, because he was the first one to win it. I think Sidney Poitier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch? Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, no, we'll count Glory for sure. But he had to be a former slave. Well, he was still technically a slave. But yeah, you gotta do that.
Right.
I just meant that was a great unifier to see that a black person can act. Like, not that they can't, but just in the sense that it was given that.
Yeah, that's a big fucking gap. You were right. Yeah.
Right. It brought it to the forefront. It's like, look at Denzel.
Yeah.
If this talent has been hiding from us for this long, we got to start bringing it in.
To be fair, the actors who were around, which was a lot of supporting roles back, like I'm thinking 80s and early 90s, it was very few like starring roles in black movies, of course, but I mean just like Denzel stars in mainstream,
Right.
big budget movies.
Well, that was a good representation of how you guys made the jump from like all the black.
All we had was
exploitation-
Keith David.
Yeah, the black exploitation films that were like so
Yeah.
prevalent in the '70s, which should probably be comparable to
Which we were grateful for.
Right.
Because I mean, it was all black people on a movie screen.
Right.
And
Exactly.
granted, it was a small market, but my father got me into movies. Now he loves Dolomite is one of his favorite movies.
Right.
And Coffee, and I have a Coffee poster
Yep.
in my apartment. That's why I have it. And it was very exploitative, and hence the name. But we were glad to have something.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's still at the point where I feel like actor-wise that we are. Like I understand we've won Oscars and
Right.
stuff.
For directing.
Well,
Yeah.
Specify.
And I'll do you one better. My dad barely had anybody of Mexican to look up to. So when I asked him, like, who did you like growing up in terms of actors? He goes, Ricardo Montalban. He's like, I saw a guy that looked kind of like me. He talked like me a little bit.
Billy
wearing
Crystal as Ricardo Montalban, or the real
The
Ricardo
real
Montalban?
Ricardo Montalban. Corinthian leather.
Okay.
Ricardo Montalban. Because he had his hair nice. You remember the commercials? I don't.
Oh, I
was too-
remember.
I was too little.
Oh,
but
I love
that's what I know about him. But he was wearing a suit. He was always well-spoken.
Always.
well-dressed, Suave, talking
Yeah.
picking up women. My dad was like, I want to be like that dude. That guy's awesome. And then what else in that gap that was kind of something similar and positive like that? That was 60s, right?
Oh, he's Khan, right?
He's
Is that
Khan.
Ricardo Montalban?
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
TV.
It played.
That's tattoo.
I know. He was a sidekick. You got to, right?
Which also problematic. We're not going to talk about
Oh,
it.
super problematic. That guy's very I forgot his name. He's a very interesting guy. But yeah,
Senior Two Phone's bringing up Cliff Curtis is a New Zealander who
plays Mexican
Smiley. Yeah.
all the fucking
yeah.
time.
Middle
Good
Eastern,
God.
Mexican,
What's Michael Pena?
Mexican.
Yeah, he's the
He
only,
got one. That's one.
We're not gonna.
He's a Scientologist.
I'm sorry, we're not.
Oh, no.
That's not. They're all Scientologists.
Doesn't make him less Mexican.
Oh,
But
no.
Just the negative.
I know. I still like the
I
guy.
thought his transition or his glory role, which didn't pan out, was the 9/11 movie. It just didn't pan out.
He's been in so
he
many
did that
good
cop
movies.
movie too. Did that tank movie too.
Yeah, he did End of Watch. He
End of
did
Watch.
the Cesar Chavez movie, which is
I watched it.
I watched it too.
I enjoyed it.
It's beautifully directed. Like
Then he realized, oh, got to do a little more research. Yeah, he was kind of fucked up.
yeah. I mean, it's not a bad movie,
Right, but
it
it's-
wasn't mainstream though.
It was an HBO only release. I thought.
No, absolutely not. No, not the
It
Cesar
was.
Chavez
It
one.
wasn't like in theater release.
It was in theaters.
Was it?
It wasn't in
Limited
many
release.
theaters.
Limited.
No, it was in theaters. It wasn't a limited release. It just
wasn't
wasn't in
advertised,
many
right?
theaters. So when
Chips
you
didn't pan out.
yeah. But what I'm talking about is, let's say you give a Marvel movie 5,000 theaters, 7,000 theaters,
Yeah,
right?
typically.
And you give a small movie 500 theaters. This maybe had 1,000.
That's a limited release because the average movie opens at about 15.
15?
Yeah.
Well, then it was like 12. And they were,
Oh, good. That's super limited.
Most of them were like in LA.
Yeah,
Santa Barbara had one
New
place that
York.
was showing it.
Right.
New York and all the
Yeah,
spots,
that's
right?
limited. But I mean, that's bad.
Well,
It wouldn't work. It could have been a mainstream. It was of quality. Like again, not great.
It was shot TV movie-esque. Then you
Would
also
have been great on Netflix.
But on that same vein, you also had a movie from Disney trying to bring back that kind of youth sports movie, McFarlane USA. It was about these
God
runners.
damn, forgot
from
all
the
about
fields.
that. Yeah,
That's a cool story. That where it's like, it's a real story from.
welcome to the glory road of Disney. They did Glory Road, same thing.
Right.
White coach comes in, all black kids. And this one, it's fucking Kevin Costner and all Mexicans.
Right.
White savior.
I didn't know until Keith said that he has an action figure now because of Ant-Man.
Oh my!
Really?
Oh yeah, they're
Oh,
called,
God.
They're called peg.
Can we just make a
Are they called peg
superhero
fillers?
for him? Yeah.
Yeah, nobody buys. He's part of a 2-pack with a cooler villain.
Oh no.
So you have to, see
no.
if you wanted a yellow jacket, you had to buy Michael Pena in the 2-pack.
He's an extra. He's a bonus.
Yeah.
I don't like
He's the
that.
head of the Build-A-Figure, where you can't have the rest of the figure without the head, so you have to put the head.
So we thought it'd be a
like-
good idea to make this figure, and we decided no one's gonna buy it, so we're just gonna match it up and charge you a little bit more.
Right.
Yeah.
With the head of Thanos, just so you can have the Build-A-Figure Thanos.
Yeah, just you can play with it. Yeah, right.
That Cesar Chavez movie was in 2014. I didn't even know it was that long ago.
Oh, yeah, I was still
didn't
in
either,
Santa
yeah.
Barbara, yeah.
And it
McFarlane
only
was
made
like
$6 million.
This is 7.
6.7.
6.7.
Your old
It's
eyes.
not great. Yeah, it's not good at all.
Good at all.
Jeez, that's
Because,
rough.
I mean, to be fair, it's boring. It's a political feel-good movie about struggle. That's like all sorts of feels. I love
Yeah.
Cesar Chavez. He's one of my heroes broadly, just of the goals that got accomplished. But, yeah, that's not super fun
Go-
for the family.
You think 12 Years a Slave is fun? No.
Oh, well, that's
what
a
I'm
whole
saying.
separate issue, right? But
It is, but I'm just saying. I mean,
there's-
historical.
but
Get
y'all
some
got
historical
other
shit in you.
That's all we got. We get one at a time.
Years apart.
Several.
Good God, I don't understand that.
I
It just
think-
baffles me.
I think 20, and it might be because of COVID.
Yeah.
But I think last year is the first year that there's not like a slave movie up there for
Yeah,
Oscar.
right?
Yeah.
They dish those
Or
out
so-
like crazy.
fair-
No. Oh, it won the Emmy. Underground Railroad.
Oh shit, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Emmy and Golden Globe, I believe. Damn, it's a good show.
Right.
If you want to feel super fucking depressed,
Right. Also, then there was that one movie with George Lopez with the engineering kids.
it's Tax Collector also,
Shut up.
starring Shia LaBeouf as a Mexican.
And you know what?
Yeah.
We fucking loved it. Can
we
we have a little sidestep about that?
Yeah, I'm about to say, can we do a
I was
section
actually
on
gonna
white
talk
people?
about-
Charlton Heston. Yeah, I'm telling you, Charlton Heston.
On that note, on the note of, because apparently I'm not
Tuco?
alone. Yeah.
Fuck, it's a lot of
Tuco's white.
He's Jewish.
What?
Yes,
Tuco Salamanca.
Eli Wallach. Yes, one of my favorite actors. Yes, he is.
What?
You did not know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the ugly is Jewish. He's that sounded terrible.
That sounded really,
really bad.
You want to walk that back
I
on
will
air?
absolutely walk that shit back. Tuco.
Is an ugly man.
No, Good, Bad, and Ugly. It was Clint Eastwood was the good, Angel Eyes was the bad, and Tuco was supposed to be the ugly in the title. And Tuco is Jewish in real life, and they just
Dude, I used to pretend they were
Yeah.
all
Oh,
Mexican.
I get what
Really?
you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought so too. I figured.
Clint Eastwood was blonde.
Well,
Yeah, I have an uncle named Güero.
It's only one though. You got one.
And there was only one in that movie.
That is true. He was in Mexico,
Yeah.
or in the area. So yeah, I can get that.
Josh Man brought up when he was watching Iron Man, he used to think Robert Downey Jr. was Mexican because he's tan with a mustache as well.
See that?
I get that.
Half Mexican.
There was
at least,
Antonio
yeah.
Stark in the comic books where he was Latino.
Really? Mm-hmm. Alternate universe.
One of them, yeah.
They do that.
Antonio
Yeah.
Stark, like, but yeah, he was like Hispanic. And
I would have loved
I don't
that.
remember who told me this, but I remember hearing way back when that the animated series of Batman, like the first episodes, Bruce Wayne was modeled after a Mexican actor.
That might have been Ricardo Montalban. If I'm not mistaken, I've heard that too. But that's
Really?
a deep,
I've heard
that's-
it, but
it's
I
a deep
don't
part of
know-
my core of my memory
Like,
where I watched like a
I've never
featurette.
seen it like confirmed anywhere, and I've never like Googled it to like find out if it's true.
Yeah.
Like short of me just calling up
I
Bruce
believe
Timm
it.
and being like, bro,
It's Batman Mexican, bro. Please.
We can keep it between us. Just let me know.
Right.
But yeah, no, like we're not talking about TV, but you brought up also Cesar Romero.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original, the OG Joker.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Who refused to shave his mustache?
Yeah, because
So
fuck
paint
that.
over-
Yeah. Paint
I'm
over
so
that shit.
big. Fuck it. Paint over my face, and it's okay. And everyone's like,
All right.
fuck it.
You're killing this role. Okay.
Yeah, you're doing fantastic.
Sure.
I mean, I get.
Hey, everybody. It's me. I took over the captain's chair. I know we're talking about Mexican culture right now, but you know what's better than Mexican culture? Not many things, I will admit. But that said, you know what's a part of Mexican culture? Facial hair. You know, you got to shave every so often. And for me, in particular, I am a Mexican culture. I'm a Mexican person. And some of us have no hair on our bodies. Some of us have many hairs on our bodies. Well, guess what? I fall into that category. And so what I need to do to get all of my body hairs in check is I go to manscaped.com. And guess what? Manscaped.com is presenting this episode and many of our other episodes of The Mexcellence because they support Mexicans who have body hair. Every one of us got the Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped. And you know what? It came with a litany of items and delightful things, including the Shed Travel Bag. But don't just think that if you're not hairy or if you are hairy, you can't use Manscaped. Manscaped, of course, has the Lawnmower 4.0 with the ceramic blades, replaceable. It's got a light wireless charging. There's no wires on it. It's wonderful. Waterproof up to a certain depth. It also got the Crop Preserver Ball Cream. And we also got the Weed Whacker as well for the nose hairs. I got like a nose hair. I'm sure it went off. But that's not even all, folks. Say you don't have no body hair. Say you have nothing on you. Well, you could always get the various creams and lotions that they have. If you go to manscaped.com, guess what? You can get those various creams and lotions at a delightful discount. For those of you who are watching, you can see that the code's right there. And for those of you listening out there in post, guess what? If you go to manscaped.com and use coupon code MEX20, that's MEX20, you can get 20% off and free shipping on your entire order. And like I said, look at the formulations. I'm going to click that tab. You got the body wash. You got the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, crop reviver, crop cleanser, groin wash, ball toners, odor protection for your deodorant. My favorite one that I'm probably going to get myself real quick, the foot duster. You put a little spritz on that, makes you right as rain, fresh in the foot. And we know you need to be fresh in the foot. Folks, it's almost the weekend. And by almost the weekend, I mean it's almost Valentine's Day. I don't know how quickly they can ship. I've been telling you about this for as long as I possibly could. And I think you might have missed it out. But you know what? Say you don't have no honey this year. Well, you know what? There's always every day after Valentine's Day. You don't need to be fresh only on Valentine's Day. Get yourself together. Get yourself right. Get yourself all the amenities and accoutrements at manscaped.com. And be sure to use coupon code MEX20 to get 20% off of all of it. It helps support the Mexcellence. It helps get us going off the ground. It helps give the very illustrious and future discounts and prizes and all sorts of giveaways that we're about to do for the Mexcellence. If you subscribe to Manscaped and you get the Manscaped, yeah, can I say that's right? I said subscribe to Manscaped, JJ. You weren't even in this commercial. I'm bringing you in, baby, because you can actually subscribe to Manscaped and get a lot of these things sent to your door, replenished and sent consistently for eternity. Go ahead and go to manscaped.com. Use coupon code MEX20 for 20% off and free shipping. It's wonderful. Get it, buy it, love it, share it, and your balls will thank you. We'll be right back. And yeah, you know the drill. We're going to be back. I had no outro.
Sure.
I mean, I guess to do the dive back to what you were talking about, I'm trying to think of a way to word this topic, and the best way I can say it is, what's the most offensive white person?
Shia LaBeouf, tax collector. I know technically he wasn't.
So he's supposed to be Chicano, which is
he was raised,
which is a broad term that would include someone like Shia LaBeouf's
okay.
character,
Right.
which is that you grew up around Mexican culture. It means something to you.
Really, that's what that
Chicano.
means?
You can be
Okay.
white Chicano, you can be black and Chicano.
Oh wow!
But you see it when you see it. It's kind of one of those things, right?
We have a much worse name for that in our culture, but yeah, we're not gonna.
We're not going to say it.
Yeah.
But so technically, if you're looking at the scholastic view of what Chicano is and the actual what's the word anthropologic terminology of it, talking about people, Chicano's broad term. Anybody can be Chicano. Someone with no access to Mexicans in Idaho can't be Chicano. Right, like that's just unless they are that way, and then they identify that way because they've influenced themselves that way, their parents are that way,
but they accept it.
But yeah, and so that's fine. And so that's why when Shia LaBeouf did it, people liked it. Mexican people, Mexican culture, because it was authentic to what people knew about that even then. I don't like it. You don't like it.
I didn't like it at all.
A lot of people don't. Mostly because I don't like us always being gang members. I know that's what David Ayers lived
And
with.
he's not Mexican, right?
No, but he grew up around it. If he wanted to, he'd probably call
So
himself
Shia
Chicano.
LaBeouf was his avatar.
We call it that. Yeah.
Okay.
So you could probably call himself Chicano because he likes the culture. He lived in it. He was around it.
Likes the culture more than Mexicans like the culture.
Well, he's given more permission to make movies about that stuff more than Mexicans.
Why is he given permission to do that?
I mean, we don't
Take two guesses, man.
Well, I know that's the point I'm trying to make.
All right, then take no guesses and get
Wes
with the
Anderson was
implications.
out here trying to remake Boys in the Hood. I'd have a problem with that shit.
That might be delightful.
I would watch it. I would watch it, absolutely. Fuck it, can he actually do that? You have my permission because I want to see.
I just
how
want to
that
see
would
the
end
shootout
up.
be really colorful.
They're using smoke confetti guns.
Ricky! It's an evenly panned shot. Whimsical.
Alley rack focus. Ricky everything gets bigger, but he stays the same size. No. So, but that is a sidestep to where like Mexican culture is so fucking all over the place. And Hispanic culture, period. Even if you want to go from Mexican
it's just
to then the broader
it's so many
Hispanic
cultures,
and Latino, it's just so many
guys
cultures.
are all over the world.
So how do you keep? Well, the big question that this podcast is trying to answer is, one of them anyway, is what constitutes authenticity within those cultures?
You have to.
Because everyone has a different definition of what's authentic.
Because they come from different places.
In the United States alone, the types of Mexicans Mexicans period and then Hispanics that exist in the United States alone.
Do not
is
know the difference.
Me versus JJ as a California Mexican and a Texas Mexican.
What the fuck? Why?
But no, there's a difference.
It's no difference between a black dude from Texas and a black dude from Louisiana. We're both black. Yeah, we're from two vastly different worlds. But still, it's just like
Body-wise, I'm talking about culture-wise. He grew up with a completely different idea of what it is to be Mexican than I did. Because they're two different histories, two different things, right? We're not different people. We're the same Mexican.
You're both Mexican.
We're the same Mexican. But our identities and what we grew up with and what defines that are different, just that on that level alone.
Well, aren't all cultures like that? Then?
Then you go bring a Mexican from Chicago, and then you get another. So it's just like there's so many different variables that
Mexicans in Chicago.
Mexicans, yeah, absolutely.
A lot.
Why? It's cold as fuck up there.
Work.
Oh, okay.
Say, where's their work? Let's fucking go.
Yeah, gotta make it work. Yeah.
So I didn't know about that either until I knew.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I
didn't know it was Mexicans in Dallas until like 4 years
That's not
ago.
a far walk.
And when I grew up, it was not a lot of Mexicans that were from Dallas. They were all down here chilling.
Right.
Chilling with me, hanging out with moms and shit.
I thought it would. I mean, this is going to be like almost a very derivative point.
Yeah.
But I had a friend from Trinidad and Tobago that was dark.
Yeah.
Trinidad and Tobago, and
Right.
he's we were walking in Austin. He put on a FUBU shirt, And I was like, what's going on? Because normally he wears like salsa stuff and things like that because he's kind of Hispanic in Trinidad and Tobago.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a mixture
Island
there.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, what's going on? He's like, in America, I'm just black.
He's absolutely right. They don't differentiate. That's why, like actual African Americans that come from Africa, and like we blend in just fine. Like, because you know why? We both gonna get called nigga, so it's fine.
All right.
Biracial people, same difference. So it's just like that's all. Sadly, that's the unifier. Say, oh, they hate us equally.
And I'll do you one
because they're
better.
stupid as fuck and don't know any better.
And I'll do you one better about a light skinned, let's call him caramel colored friend of mine.
Right.
Panamanian.
Ooh, nice.
So
I heard that's a great spot to vacation.
He looks black. His culture is purely Hispanic. The salsa dancing, he was doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He spoke Spanish. His mom spoke Spanish, but he looked black, but not like African American. Like you could tell he was some other ethnicity other than just that, right?
Right.
And he rolled with us, right? He rolled with the Mexicans. He liked us in college. But he would just go back and forth between those worlds, and nobody knew what the fuck he was at any given moment.
Gave it like, yeah, you're black. Come on.
Right. It was both chameleon and outcast at the same time.
In America,
because his name was
he didn't
Alex
belong to
Scarlett.
anyone. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
It's a great name. It's a great name.
I'm Scarlet because we're stupid. But like
Adam Scarlett. So regular
French,
guy.
yeah, French last name, regular.
Jesus.
It was Alexander, not
It's
Alejandro.
almost a superpower.
Right.
Yeah.
But but he was just an interesting cat, right? Because it's like, Panama has people that make it here.
You know who
So
I
small.
wish was here for this episode? Like a person. I wish a Brazilian was here. Because that is another country. It's the closest country to America as far as diversity goes, where you have redhead
color diversity?
Brazilians,
Yeah.
black Brazilians.
Well, that's because it's massive too.
It's huge.
Across the equator. It's like
Right.
fucking.
You're not going to see it that much because of the way that Mexican media is set up, but Mexico's like that too. There's black,
I thought so too. Yeah.
There's black, there's Afro Mexicans, there's
Blonde,
Chinese Mexicans, there's
Japanese Mexicans.
Japanese Mexicans.
There's rumors I've looked into that Emiliano Zapata himself grandparents were black. One of them, at least one. Emiliano Zapata,
I don't know
the
who that
revolutionary
is.
that you've seen him, the guy on the poster.
That guy.
Yeah. The guy. I have a poster.
See that? Yeah.
But like that's how close it is, right?
Right.
We're all that, right? And so, what defines authenticity with this? We don't know. So, the Shia LaBeouf, authentic Mexican or Chicano at the very least. To some, yes. To some, hell no.
Yeah, it's a big divide.
You one on your list that you're pulling up.
I don't know why it's a divide, but it is a divide.
Which one?
Jack Black, Nacho Libre.
I find that offensive.
We love it.
What the fuck, man? I don't understand that.
We don't normally get offended most of the time. Is what it worked. Because
Okay.
I was actually like, I went through this list real quick because I was looking.
Like, motherfuckers trying to give Robert Downey Jr. shit, and I'm like, no, that one's a pass. Soul Man, C. Thomas Howell, not a pass. That's wrong.
Like,
Robert Downey will let that one slide.
Like I was looking, like this is the first one. This one's bad, but I mean, I remember in context what it was. No, I'm about to put it up.
Okay.
This is from Fun with Dick and Jane, like the way they portrayed Mexicans.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no.
Again, early 2000s. Yeah, it was a terrible time
9/11.
film. Yeah, terrible.
So 9/11, the Bush administration's attack on immigrants coming from the border, even though the terrorists came from the Canadian border.
You're brown.
That set that shit off. That set that shit off entirely. No, that's
You're
but
brown.
when I say post 9/11, everyone hated Mexicans. And then you know what the counter voice was? You know what the counter voice was?
What?
Mencia.
Fuck,
That was the counter.
not a helper.
Not a help.
That's the
I
opposite
thought George
of that
Lopez
shit.
was kind of.
George
It was a
Lopez
balance.
was the power for good.
He was above fucking Carlos Mencia.
Okay, yeah, of course he still
yeah,
is.
Yeah,
But you know,
he's
but
the Mexican Steve Harvey, I call him. They both got fly ass suits.
well, yeah. We got George Lopez, right? Who's like,
Yeah.
hey, he was saying some bad stuff too at the time
Yeah.
too. But he's like,
And also equal, I'm sorry, Steve Harvey is the Mexican is the black George Lopez. I didn't want to
allow it.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, but like George Lopez had the TV show, The Normal Family, and I know how he did the kind of the things right. But then Mencia was over here like beaners, and it's like,
he's not even fully Mexican, right?
He's Honduran.
Oh, damn, that's
yeah.
disrespect. It's kind of disrespect.
Cuban and Hungarian
yeah.
or some shit like that. Yeah,
Honduran.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And German, I think.
German. That's what it was. I flipped them.
I mean, just to go through this list, there's not pictures for the rest of them, but I mean, I know that we know what it is. Man on Fire is another example of Mexicans in movies.
Villainy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pure villain.
Jesus.
But that being said, I mean, outside of Denzel killing people that look like my uncle, I didn't think it was like.
I want to say, well, Training Day, he bullied.
Bullied.
Well,
Yeah.
he bullied black people too, so there you go.
Right.
And killed white people, I think.
Also, but the Cholos in that movie threatened to butt sex a guy, so that wasn't neat.
Push, yeah, I remember that.
That wasn't neat.
He wasn't Mexican, right?
No.
And then you have the guy.
Cliff Curtis.
Then you got the guy from Fast and the Furious and Training Day who always plays the same Mexican in every movie he's in.
Hector?
Hector.
Yeah.
That's what he's known. I don't know his real name.
It's his last name's like Guillermo or something like
Is his
that.
first name really Hector?
No.
He should change it.
I think it's like
Just fucking at this point, just change
At
it.
this point, right?
Other than that, I mean, they bring up Nacho Libre, but I didn't see Babel, so that's the only one that I don't have an example.
Oh yeah, Crash.
Argo.
Crash that was probably Michael Pena's best work. I would
think
actually
so.
put that in
It's
the opposite
It's
camp.
not a great movie, but yeah, he did great in it.
Argo. That was Ben Affleck
Playing a Mexican.
It was a
Yeah.
Mexican guy.
That one should bother you. that one should bother you.
That's erasure. Because at least Nacho Libre is playing a Mexican. He's half Mexican,
Well, he
half
used to have-
Scandinavian.
yeah,
And the
that's true.
character is
That
written
makes
as such.
sense. Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Right. He's like my mom.
Now that one, okay, it's okay.
My mother was Mexican. My dad was Scandinavian.
Yeah.
They're one was Catholic. One was Protestant or whatever.
Right.
And they tried to convert each other. They fell in love instead. They wrote it
So
off.
they wrote it. Yeah, that's.
And the thing was, you watch like behind the scenes features. I did the math just to make sure it was right. Jack Black's a cool guy, genuinely. So he was learning the Spanish names. He was learning how to say things correctly.
Yeah.
He respected the culture enough to be like, okay, I'm gonna get this right.
It's basically Beverly Hills Ninja.
Beverly Hills is worse. Doesn't hold up. I like the movie.
I haven't watched it in a while.
It doesn't hold up.
It's
nearly
Christian
as
Bale's
much.
favorite movie. I literally looked that up. Yes, he said that's his favorite movie.
So here's what he really looked like, the dude from Argo.
Yeah.
Dude.
Mexican as hell. It's
Also,
crazy.
another fun fact about Argo: all the tension and everything in the movie, bullshit.
Yeah, it's all
It
made
went
up.
through without a hitch.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. It was all that was for dramatic. The whole movie is dramatic effect. Really.
The idea of soldiers chasing someone on an airline is the
Great
dumbest.
image.
Yeah.
No, they didn't even suspect anything.
Exactly.
Just like in and out, done.
It's not even safe to do
In
that.
home
Like,
time for fucking roast, whatever
Pot roast.
whatever Americans ate during that time. I don't know.
I think it was gelatinous bologna. every cookbook
Everything
was
was
gelatinous
gelatinous
bologna.
bologna.
Weenies and Jello.
With mayo.
Oh yeah, there had to be some red things in there, like
Olives.
or some of those tomatoes that are small.
cherry tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes also in the gelatinous.
Also, one more in the bad Mexicans or bad cultural representation. Apocalypto.
Oh,
I didn't want to watch that movie.
Yeah, that one's rough.
Because I'm like-
but look who made it. So
I
is that
know.
a shock? Yeah,
I
right.
know, but I was like, oh, this would be a hit. Oh,
It's like Mel Gibson making a slavery movie. No, we're not going to do that.
ironically,
Someone should have stopped him.
Get the Gringo is on this list.
Oh no, it's a fucking terrible movie. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, but this list is about stars,
Yeah.
which you guys really have none. Michael Pena. That's
Michael
it.
Pena, Salma Hayek doesn't count. I learned
Does not
she
count.
lives in Mexico. She is not
Really?
ethnic. She lives in Mexico. She's not. I learned that she is like not ethnically Mexican.
Bolivian?
Some European. I think Spanish
What?
and something else.
God damn, did they
I
not do
just
enough
learned
damage?
that.
What?
I just learned
God
that literally
damn.
like a week ago on TikTok.
It's kind of like the British black people who come over here and take all our roles. We're getting tired of that shit. just letting you know.
You what, Mike?
I love them all, but yeah, we're getting tired of that shit.
Pedro Pascal.
I'd take them. We took Tessa Thompson from you guys, but yeah.
Pascal. Oscar Isaac is he's not Mexican, but he's Guatemalan.
He's not Mexican. Guatemalan, yeah.
He's fair. He's fair game.
Close enough.
Pedro is Chilean.
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 Yeah, he's Chilean.
Right. So like they're not Mexican, but
Right.
we're gonna take them as a Mexican representation, or not even just Mexican. I'm sorry, Latino, Latinx,
The whole,
whatever
yeah,
representation.
the whole.
It's
I
an
got
umbrella,
you.
right?
It is an
that-
umbrella, but
we're trying to. That's how far we have
But
to
why?
dig.
Why can we have a Chilean, Bolivian, or wherever you're from?
Right.
Can we have all, so everyone feels a little represented?
That's the other thing,
Because
right?
if I'm honest to God, if I'm a Mexican actor and I live in America, I'm like, well, shit. I mean, I can only get so far. Like, because there is no one who I can be like, oh, I want to be that fucking guy.
We don't
Or
have
that
them right
woman.
now.
You don't have them.
Right.
And you make up 20% of the entire thing. China makes up a bit of the box office. They add whole scenes to Iron Man for them that they only see, granted, but still,
Right.
still they go through all that trouble to do that, and you can't. For a population who is one of the most movie-going people in America, you can't manufacture a celebrity. You did it for Will Smith, who we love, but still.
I think the issue's right there. Manufacture.
Well, all movie stars, I feel, are manufactured.
Right.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna tie this to wrestling because I can.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Vince McMahon has been trying to find the next Eddie Guerrero for years.
Damn near 20 at this point, right?
Like years.
Yeah.
He's never
Yeah,
been able to
Chavo.
crack that. He's been trying to find the next Ray or the next Eddie.
Oh, those were good times. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ray is still there. That's how
Is he
desperate
still
he's been.
wrestling?
Ray is still there, and his kid is there.
Does he have a drug problem?
No.
Retire Rey Mysterio. What the fuck, man?
But yeah, he's been trying for years to bring over like a Latin, Hispanic superstar.
Right.
It hasn't worked. And he's been bringing in people from Mexico. He brought in Mystico. He brought in...
Garza, he
Yeah.
brought in there's several people.
There was an
Carrillo.
entire faction that was just like luchadors. And the problem is that Vince McMahon wants you to wrestle his way. And that's very different from lucha. Lucha is meant to be over the top. And it's completely unbelievable. Whereas Vince...
I've
while
seen it. It's very
still-
entertaining.
Right.
While it's still unbelievable, there's...
It's a different kind of thing,
It's
yeah.
different, right? And it's very hard for someone, especially someone who doesn't understand the language, like Mystico. When he came over, he became Sin Cara. And Sin Cara in wrestling, like, lore and wrestling fandom is famous for just fucking everything up.
Right.
Like, every move that he tried to pull off, he fucked up. Famously, like, he fell out of the ring in, like, his debut match and he broke his finger.
Oh, shit.
And he called over the ref, like, on camera. Like, and that was enough to, like, set everyone off and be like, this dude sucks.
Right.
But in Mexico, he was stone cold. He was, like, drawing mad money.
Right.
And he was great. The thing is, Vince McMahon wants you to wrestle his way. America wants to change you. And
Very
that doesn't work
Yeah.
for a lot of us.
So you guys need a Denzel who just says, nah.
But that goes along with authenticity.
Yeah.
We can smell bullshit when we see it. And Nacho Libre, not bullshit, surprisingly. We go, oh, what? Oh, you watch it, and yeah, they're not making fun of us.
No,
they're not
that's
making
true.
jokes at it. Everything is
I forgot
earnest.
about the Scandinavian thing. To
Right.
Be fair. So, yeah,
No,
okay.
but they did it earnestly. I mean, it's the director from Napoleon Dynamite, for Christ's sakes. That movie is earnest as shit because
That's what makes it funny. Exactly. To be fair, yeah.
And so so you're like, oh, a bunch of white guys go down to Mexico, shoot Jack Black being Mexican, and there's nothing offensive about it. Not one real thing that was really tangible where it's like, right? A couple maybe comments here and there if you're looking, but if you're not, you're never gonna notice it.
True.
The tax collector, there's bigger problems with that
There's
movie.
a lot of problems with that
but there's
fucking
bigger
movie.
problems than that. Than
Well-
just Shia LaBeouf doing his caricature.
It's a big problem. For
It's a
me.
big problem.
Yeah.
But there's also a guy who jumps in a bathtub with his dead wife and is like,
Real emotional scene.
and then gets her clean, puts her in a white thing, and then goes and murders.
Yeah.
That's a bigger issue that's allowed to be a movie, let alone Shia LaBeouf being a fucker and legitimately getting a tattoo on his
Creeper.
chest
Yeah. Creeper.
with a Mexican
That
lady.
was real.
That's real.
Yeah.
He got that done for real.
He does.
At the very least, he committed to it for the rest of his life.
He did. He's Shia LaBeouf. He does that with every role.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So but there's authenticity there,
Okay.
for better or for worse.
We are different cultures for sure.
Right.
Different yet the same.
Different yet the same.
Yeah.
Right. You
Because
guys
that would
value-
not fly.
Hey, you guys value things differently than we do.
We had a problem when fucking Jared Leto had cornrows in Panic Room. Didn't like that shit. What the fuck is that about, Jared Leto?
To be fair,
nah, man.
To be fair, hair is a defining trait for y'all.
Yeah,
It's one of
it's a way bigger issue than
It's the-
people.
yeah.
Yeah. You are right about
Yeah,
that.
don't get it wrong. Our hair is an issue as well because it's very similar at a certain threshold. But
Is it?
Mexican
look
women,
curious.
Mexican women's curly hair versus straight hair, absolutely an issue.
Oh, you guys! I didn't know you guys had that. Problem.
Super, dude.
Oh, damn.
I had
okay.
curly hair growing up.
Really? Mm-hmm. I've never seen you with hair. So
my dad had a tight fro.
Paco.
Oh, you showed me. I think you showed me a
Yeah.
picture. Yeah.
Paco.
Paco has
has
curly
like
hair.
the curliest hair.
No shit. And JJ's is it's
Right.
immaculate.
My cousin that you met,
Yeah.
he had hair in high school like Troy Polamalu.
What? Mm-hmm. Polynesian hair.
Polynesian Maui ass
That's
hair.
good hair.
If Paco grows his hair out, he looks Samoan.
What?
When
the-
he was a bouncer, he would just tell people he was
That's the
Samoan.
thing, man. Like, okay, can I be honest? Can we?
Yeah, let's
we're all colored here. Look, here's the thing.
This is the council. One of the many councils.
Yes, the Council of Colored People. we need to get an Asian guy in here. So JJ looks completely different from Marcos. I thought JJ. I honestly did think you were Asian at first when I
get
first
that a
met
lot.
you.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I thought
Again,
Marcos.
Liu
was-
Kang when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that thing. Luke Kang is fine. I mean,
thought
no, it wasn't, but.
Marcos was white when I first met him.
Right?
I didn't know what the fuck you were.
Vaguely ethnic.
Vaguely, well, I knew your last. I knew
If
your
you
last
put, if you,
name,
okay,
so I'm like,
and
okay.
then not to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
My cousin does it to be disrespectful, but to not be disrespectful. If I wore a turban, respectfully, if that was
could-
part
yeah.
of me, I'd look Indian.
You
If
could-
I shaved
you
my
could pull it
face,
off.
I'd look either Asian or Polynesian or Filipino.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna. I could go for Muslim, generally speaking,
You could.
anywhere.
You could say you're European or you're
Right.
Turkish.
I don't know
and
what.
I'd be like,
what-
all right.
what the fuck? I got. People would say smaller eyes or the sleepy eyes.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm sorry.
That should not be a
I
habit.
said sleepy.
Oh, sleepy.
I was
okay.
closing them.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
No.
Okay.
No. I wasn't opening
I'm sorry.
them.
I'm sorry.
That's literally
No, his eyes are open now. You called him out.
No. You gotta understand. I'm tired, so I was actually literally just trying to wipe my eyes
I'm sorry.
while I was
I'm
there.
so sorry.
But because my eyes are, they are, they look closed half the
Right.
time. People will sometimes assume some sort of Asian sometimes too. That's racism.
That one I can't see.
That's
Yeah.
racism.
Right.
But yeah, because of that, I don't have the traditional almond eyes like Mexicans. A lot of Mexicans
Right.
have. I'm all over the
And
place.
that's the thing. Like, yeah, you guys are all over the place. Like, and it's hard to just wrangle you in to put you under that one umbrella, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good thing, and it's kind of a detriment, obviously, because like I said, yeah, you have your Oscar Isaacs and your Pedro Pascals, but the Chileans aren't the 20% that in America that are bringing this shit in.
Right, and their experience is different.
Yeah.
Whether they're American born
Why
or
doesn't Diego Luna get a fucking movie?
he's getting
Fine actor.
He's getting.
I don't give a fuck about
retroactive
it. No, 'cause
Star
they
Wars
fucked
death.
up Boba Fett. Fuck them. I don't trust them with shit.
Hey.
I don't trust them with Diego Luna. I barely trust them with Pedro Pascal. And it's
Yeah.
funny
They
how
almost fucked it up this last
yeah,
episode.
it's funny how every Star Wars show thus far, if I'm not mistaken, has some type of Mexican involved, or not even Mexican, but
Latino, Hispanic, yeah.
involved with it that has made it a success. Boba Fett, I hate the fucking show, but it's a lesser success, but it is a success for Disney Plus, directed by Robert Rodriguez.
Right.
Mandalorian is Pedro Pascal.
Right.
You got fucking Diego Luna coming
You
out
got
with
Danny
Andor.
Trejo, Rancor Hunter.
Randomly.
For
Him
no
and
reason.
Thundercat randomly. But yeah, you have Rosario Dawson about to be.
Sakatana, yeah.
There you go.
And she. People forget the she's.
Who?
Rosario Dawson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
No, but people forget. They're like, oh, what is she? I don't know. She's
Yeah.
vaguely ethnic. We don't know.
Oh God, that's how they say it. You're absolutely
Right.
right. But it's funny how they put you on television, but Daisy Ridley gets a movie. Get the fuck out of here. That's the problem I have. Like, they'll put you on the small screen a little bit.
Right. That was my problem.
If you were in a movie or two,
I mean, we're talking
know?
about stuff like that. Even
you
little,
can star in that, but you can't star in a mainstream movie that opens this weekend.
we joke about Rogue One.
Yeah.
And
He's one of the reasons I love Rogue One.
No, but that's the thing. So the big takeaway from that movie was there was the big movie with a lot of this ethnic diversity, and there were stories of Mexican fathers and grandfathers going into a movie and watching Cassian Andor do all that shit and be crying, like trying to hold back tears because for the first time in their life in America, they were seeing someone that spoke like them with that accent.
Got the accent.
Right. And that's beautiful. But then
He's a
me,
good character.
it's good character.
Yeah.
But then me and my critical brain looks at what he does. This is just my negative brain going. One, first thing he does is shoot a guy in the back in an alley.
Good guy.
Right. Two, He leads a resistance for his entire life. Can't mobilize them like the white woman can. He says the thing to her. I've been doing this since I was 6 years old. Gives her the playbook. She goes, "Oh, I'm just gonna say what he said."
White savior.
And that's my problem.
Right.
Because and then everyone rallies around her. You could get rid of Jyn Erso and have the same story with him in
could've been
the
a
lead.
side character.
No,
If
her as a
that,
side
yeah.
character, him as the lead, and it'd be the exact same movie, and have it mean that much more, and have it be that even if he died at the end.
It absolutely would have been
Even
better.
if he died at the end.
If it was his movie, if it was like, because to me, they want to do a brooding Han Solo,
Right.
Not a jokey one, but a actual one with actual,
Because he played it with chops.
and that's the way he played it. Yeah,
He played it serious. He wasn't jokey. He wasn't Finn. He wasn't Poe.
No.
He wasn't.
Finn, literally in the chat.
What happened?
Poor Finn, literally in the
Yeah,
chat.
he wasn't.
Finn's-
look, and
yeah, they
look,
fucked over.
And with
big
all due
time.
respect, he wasn't tap dancing like they made Finn tap dance.
Yeah, no, Finn.
Can we call it that?
Finn, absolutely. Because
Yeah.
someone had a great idea that was like, okay, we're gonna make a new trilogy. By the end of this trilogy, of course, the black guy's gonna end up with the love of his life, this white woman, and that's how we're gonna switch it up. That we're making the shit more diverse, more acceptable, all that shit.
Right.
And then I don't know who the fuck's idea was. They're like, that's making people a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Next movie, let's give him a love interest who's Asian and also actually a great actress that you
Right.
could have done something good and fun with, but no, they're two coloreds. Let's put them together,
Right.
And so we can
And
get
now
that.
Kylo Ren's a sex symbol, even though he's Space Hitler.
Yeah,
He murdered millions.
we're gonna make out before you die.
Yeah, and you can't
Basically.
redeem him.
No,
Vader-
he killed his dad.
Right.
What the fuck?
Vader was barely redeemed, and that's because he killed the ultimate
And he
evil.
looked like a fucking prune that's
I mean, you
that
don't.
someone spray painted.
You
white.
don't they
Dude.
kind of fast forwarded all the bad things
Yeah.
Vader did.
And we were okay with
Well,
that. It worked.
you didn't see
because all he
him
did was
kill-
cut his son's hand off.
Right. He didn't
No,
blow
I
up Alderaan. That was
Yeah,
yeah.
I was about to
4
say
planets. Was it 4 or 5 planets? And he obliterated.
He might have been harder to redeem if we had known he had killed children like before.
Right.
But we didn't know that till after.
Yeah, exactly.
All in one night.
He killed a bunch of Wookiees too.
I was about to say, yeah, he did just a destructionary night.
The even when he was younger, when he was Vader, he killed all the sand people.
He did with joy and
The
glee.
women and the children.
we didn't know they were people yet.
Oh yeah, we had to learn that they were people in Boba Fett.
That came later. Also.
No, not even Boba Fett. Mandalorian.
Retrospect. It's all retrospect.
Right.
I thought they were aliens. I didn't know any better. I didn't
Right.
know they were representations of,
Right.
minorities and shit until later.
Right.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, that's deep Star Wars. Okay. But you kill them off like they're animals. Okay.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
Sand people walking in a single file line.
Makes
It's like,
me
oh,
dislike every Star Wars person in the past that was just killing off
right.
sand people.
Yeah, we talking about Luke Skywalker just kills nothing but Polynesians.
Skywalker's a bitch. Fight me on that. I don't give a fuck.
Skywalker's just like, you're a clone or whatever. No, he's actually
No.
they're stormtrooper
Want to see a
humans.
fucking Mace Windu movie.
Oh, he's not. Well, no one knows if he's dead or not.
He's dead as fuck.
No, he just fell off a cliff. That's
Samuel L. He can negotiate his way into.
what I'm saying. Dude, they chop Maul in half, and he's
It's
still
true,
alive.
and he's still alive.
Right.
I'll go with that.
I'll take a
Bring that purple
battle
lightsaber
scarred
back.
I'll bring
he
a
can
battle
stay in
scarred.
his fucking Nick. What's his
Nick
fucking
Fury?
Nick Fury shit with the scar.
Exactly.
Just one set to another.
Point is,
Yeah.
we already got off topic from the Mexican in the movie because they
He brought a black person.
made
on, I'm
him-
sorry.
but that was my biggest gripe with that movie.
Yeah.
And then and guess what? Everyone fucking died. No one got to live on to be Mexican or
I say you give the whole franchise to
Indian
Mexicans.
or
Is that wrong?
or Asian in Star Wars. Like they never got to move on. They all exploded.
Yeah.
They all got massacred.
And it was the most diverse group they've had in the Star Wars, and they all got
they all
obliterated.
got massacred.
You're absolutely right.
That's why it bothered me beyond how good of a story it could have been.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I don't like about that, but inherently, it's
one of those
having
things
the most
I let go.
having the most diverse cast in Star Wars get fucking
I
obliterated.
never noticed until you said it right now. Still love it. I'm sorry. They
It's
were
fine.
heroes.
It's fine. They were heroes.
I think to
I think
end
it-
this.
Real
Well, we're
quick.
ending the show.
Well, we're going into our last
Yeah.
topic
Well, we got to
because
do
of
our
time.
commercial break as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
we'll do the commercial break at the end. We'll do well, not at the end. I just want Tommy here for this last bit, and
Yeah.
then
I'm leaving
we'll-
that commercial break.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
not. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
quick.
Yeah, this what tends to happen sometimes. I would just wanted to go around the room real quick just to talk about future type stuff. I'm not gonna pull up IMDb and be like, all right,
gonna
this is what's
bring up
coming out
Blue
with
Beetle?
Mexican. No.
Okay.
Here are the Mexicans.
I will then.
Pretend I'm Paramount, which apparently is the worst at casting Mexicans, is what
Really?
I read.
You
Yeah.
did some research.
Yes.
I could see that.
Imagine I was a director or producer is actually the right word. And it's like, just pitch a script that it's like, and then try to put a Mexican-American actor in it.
Me?
Yeah, all three of you.
I'll start. I have an idea already.
You're the executive, yes?
Yeah.
Westerns. We were there already. We were just the helpless people.
So you want to be a villain?
No. No, I don't want to be helpless. Because every time, every
It's
one of
one
those,
or the other.
every one of those stories, it was like, it was like you're either a villain, you're the bad. Well, it's all in the world. It's all in the Mexico, the West and the South.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that you had to have Clint Eastwood come in and save the day, or you could have a Mexican man from the village that was, we're so scared of the marauders.
The most entertaining. Oh, well, no, I thought you meant Tuco. Sorry.
Oh no, any of them. But everyone's like, the marauders. We need the white men to help us. We can't do it. They're taking all of our gold.
Yeah.
And instead of one guy being like, "Fuck this shit," and then they get a revolution, or they get a couple badasses that just like, all right, we're teaching ourselves to fucking shoot, and we're gonna kill these bad guys, and then we're gonna help save other towns from bad guys. Instead of having to wait for somebody to do it, save our fucking selves. Make a new hero.
That's
Make
the
a
realistic
new Western
thing, but
that's a realistic thing,
In Hollywood,
and it could be
white
badass. But why? But that's
Yeah.
I'm saying. That is ripe for American cultural understanding. For people who understand westerns, we were there too. We were stealing gold and we were revolutionaries,
place,
right?
yeah.
During that era, all that time.
Right.
So they're on horseback. None of the tropes change. All it changes is the people in it and their names. And maybe the way they speak, because they're still speaking English, still the West.
Yeah.
Spanish and English. Spanglish. What do we fucking speak? What is 20% of the movie going
fusion was
audience?
happening right then. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Those white dudes marrying Mexican chicks,
right? And
vice versa.
everybody enjoys a Western.
Yeah. Well,
everybody enjoys a
they
Western.
don't make many of them anymore.
They don't make because there's so many to do.
I only just remember Power of the Dog last year and all of
Is
last
that
year.
technically considered a Western?
Which
though?
one's the one with the all black folk?
Oh, The Harder They Fall. It's fucking garbage.
I heard that. I wanted to see it.
Oh, it got a high Rotten Tomato rating because it's just a lot of fucking critics who, have to pander. But it's not a good movie. It's
I still
fucking
wanna take a
terrible.
look, 'cause I like-
it's one
I
of my
like-
least favorite movies of the year.
Eesh.
Fucking terrible.
I like cowboy movies. But anyway, that would be what I would pitch.
Yeah.
That's real easy because if you can't make a new property, just go with the old one. We'll make the good, bad, and the ugly, but with Mexicans. There we go.
I would love to see that.
There we go.
Wish
Who would you
Sergio
cast?
Leone was still alive.
Who would you cast as the good, the bad, and the
Bunch of
ugly?
fucking unknowns. I'd look for them.
Yeah.
And I'd be like,
Get
hey,
Guillermo del Toro to direct it.
no, it's too spooky.
No, he did Nightmare Alley, and that's
It's too spooky. His nightmare in it. I don't even know who I'd direct it. Fuck it.
okay. I'm okay with that.
I wouldn't give it to Robert Rodriguez. I don't
What
want
the
that kind
fuck?
of
You can
flash.
pick from any number of fantastic fucking directors. You breed them like it's nothing. Right? It's just like,
I'll find. So what you do is you find like the DPs that they bring along. Those guys. I haven't looked into
yeah,
them.
there you go.
You get like a DP that from a Kwan movie and be like, "Are you Mexican? You Hispanic? Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah,
Make my movie.
You've watched this guy long enough.
All right, you want no names? I got no names. Pick.
My SFC.
Why is that one blonde?
Here.
Josh Man Forever, subscribe to Tier 1.
Hey, we're gonna give prizes out for people who do that.
that.
Who's the darkest one?
The darkest one?
Who's the?
Technically, it's Danny Trejo, because I'm sure he's in this.
God bless.
Well, he's got to be.
Oh, there's a black guy.
Whoa, what?
My SFC.
Holy shit. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? I got to get my glass. Is that
Hold on.
Hodges?
It says it's Curtis Cook.
Edwin
Oh,
Hodge.
Edwin Hodges is
Yeah, Edwin Hodge is there too.
What the hell? Is he?
You know what? You know who looks badass in this? Gregory Norman Cruz. That guy. Got long hair, got a goatee. That guy looks Mexican as all
AJ in
Mexican.
about 20 years.
But
I
yeah.
didn't know the Hodges brothers were. Really?
I don't fucking
Is that accurate? Because they are black as hell.
In the Mayans FC, there's turf wars in LA.
It's in California. There's
Yeah.
black people.
Okay.
It's like
makes
Fresno.
sense
It's
then.
Central Valley. Actually.
That's why Robert Patrick is in here and the blonde person.
Oh, I
for
thought
really-
these were people of Mexican descent.
No,
Oh,
I
no.
just literally put cast of the Mayans because I was.
Oh, I was about to say. I'm like, oh, it's a lot of. It's those people are white, obviously, and that dude's definitely black. Okay, I got you.
But for a moment, you believe they were all Hispanic.
I did, and it was beautiful.
And that's our reality.
It really was a beautiful moment for
Hey,
me.
I could bet you I could find one of each real people I know in
absolutely.
my life
Yeah.
that look like that.
Canelo, we could have for the red hair.
Tommy,
You
you
want to go to the chat or do you want to go?
Go to chat a little bit.
Okay,
you
so
know, I like the
chat
people.
Actually, and Amy Chibi put one out there. The road to El Dorado, done dirty to the Aztecs. Preacher
Forgot about
won
that.
The giant stone jaguar, but the couple of Spanish guys get to win, huh? And then the movie ends with Cortez basically landing and starting the conquest campaign.
Oh my God! Yeah. Holy shit, that's terrible. I didn't realize that until now. That is not good. That did not age well.
Oh no!
Holy shit. Oh wow.
So a bunch of white guys dick around with the Aztecs, steal the gold, and then Cortez comes.
Yeah, it's a bad week. Is what.
Yo, Chell was
Jesus.
bad as fuck though.
Oh my God.
Chell was bad as fuck though. That's the baddest cartoon of all time.
Yeah.
That is. Thank you, cosplay.
Yeah, it is. I was about to say, stop.
Look, hey, at least she's
It
a human.
is.
Not like
Yeah.
Will the Bunny or something.
Yeah,
Which,
that-
bad admittedly, but
Still animated,
better.
so.
Hey, that's why I said cosplay.
Well, hey, Jessica Rabbit, so you're right.
I'll take-
She's kind of your Jessica Rabbit, honestly. As much cosplay as I've seen, and yeah,
Better
quality.
quality.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah,
Y'all got one?
for what?
A Mexican theme.
Just
Mexican starred
just
movie.
Mexican American movie that you think like could.
It's good.
No, that you can make.
No,
Oh, that I
was a
can
pitch.
make.
We're going.
Oh
back
my
to pitch.
God, it's so many stories. Because one thing I've noticed in Hollywood, in points, they want to tell a story that is common for a group of people, and they want to make it,
Yeah.
universal for everyone. And it's like, how many American stories or Mexican stories told, for mainstream America have you really seen? It's very few.
Very few.
Very few. So it's a whole litany of stories you could tell that, are relatable yet different. Like, you're taking me to a different place with a different group of people, and I'm interested in this.
Right.
And no one's tapped into that at all. I'm sure, like, the Mexican directors have tried, but again, if Bradley Cooper or Leonardo DiCaprio or Kate Blanchett ain't starring in your shit, sorry, Guillermo, it ain't getting put in mainstream.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's a rock and a hard place. What I do feel is like Guillermo is probably the most popular right now.
Director?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mexican director.
Right.
So Robert Rodriguez has kind of lost some of his power. I think.
And
Yeah.
he
He's
lost
working
a
with
lot of his
Disney.
credibility
Yeah.
at this moment with the Boba Fett thing. Nobody likes the show.
Nobody I thought it was just us.
Oh no, it's the crazy Star Wars fans are making excuses for it, which they will.
Right.
And then there's most general people are like,
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, it's
They
no way
don't hate it
people
like
can
us. They're like,
this.
eh.
Yeah.
Catch the review of Peacemaker and Boba Fett next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah, I'll get through it somehow. But yeah, no, like that's my thing. It's just Guillermo del Toro has the, he has the cachet now. He has the power. I
Yeah.
feel. So, it's fucking Academy Award winning director now.
Right, multiple.
I feel like he should have the same pull as Martin Scorsese at this point,
Yeah, but
or Christopher Nolan at least.
it's not gonna happen.
It should.
It should. So what would you make him do?
Look, make a movie set in America with nothing but Mexican American actors from top to fucking bottom. Black Panther, that
now
shit.
check it out.
Yeah.
Where are they located? Are they all in the fucking?
Make it
Are they all in New York? And they're all
No, no,
talking
no,
like
make it
Washington
like a-
Heights? Or they're all at the East LA, Holmes?
No, fuck that. Mexican American. So yeah, California, Texas, pick one. Oh, I guess Arizona, New Mexico.
Meet in the
If
middle,
you want.
Arizona.
You probably would.
Well, no,
Don't do that.
Because that's the thing. Because if you go to LA, then hey, fucker, what are you doing this? Because they have their
Okay,
own
how about
accent,
this?
right?
How about we do it this way then, Sammy? How about we put it a family maybe? Make it a movie about a family. Half of them is from Texas, the other half from California. I think that actually would be a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be
It would be
very
kind of fun.
Yeah.
You could cover a lot of ground that way.
Right.
And I guess a cousin or two
And no,
from Arizona.
from Mexico.
Yeah.
No, from Mexico.
Oh, from actual Mexico.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, like grandma or something,
Yeah.
Yeah, do a movie about that.
Do a
Jordan Peele, basically.
Oh, you're on Jordan Peele. What were those movies where it's like Grandmama's House or something like that with the Martin Lawrence?
Oh,
and
Big
like,
Mama's
Big
House.
Mama's
and
House. No,
that
not
Atrocities.
No, not those ones, but the big family ones of that.
Oh, Soul Food?
No, closer. What was the one with
So many.
Yeah, it was like Martin Lawrence, James Earl Jones, Cedric the Entertainer.
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins.
Something like that, right?
That's
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. Fuck that movie, too. I love me some James Earl Jones, but fuck that movie.
I was about to say that's a straight to video movie. We
No, it
have
wasn't. It was
those,
in
yeah.
theaters. Yeah. It did
meant
not do well, Marcos.
caliber-wise, like,
Okay. Yeah.
You just
That's accurate.
That's the movie that like
It's in the
you never
$5 bin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That you never saw in theaters, and then like
It's
randomly
on, it's
you
on
walk-
cable at
Yes.
afternoon on a Saturday.
TBS.
It doesn't even
That's
get
a TNT
no,
movie.
it's too good. It's too bad for TBS. It's
Yeah.
on E or
Oh yeah, one of those channels that shouldn't be playing movies. No, actually, I think it was on E. I do think it really was, or BT or some shit. Like, yeah, no, that's no good. But yes, yeah, better than that though,
Better
because
than
it'd be
that.
directed by Guillermo. I don't want to count. Just do your thing, Guillermo del Toro. Just say, hey, look, this is my shit. You don't have to give me a fucking $100 million budget because I'm Guillermo del Toro. I can make some shit happen on 30 or 20, but I need to have an all Mexican and Mexican American cast. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's it. You kind of have to do that, man. You really fucking do. And it's sad, but you do. Like Spike Lee has to push for that a lot of the time.
Right.
And he's Spike Lee. He's an angry little fucker. So yeah, he can he can bully his way into doing that.
Right.
And I just think, I know Guillermo's the nicest guy in the world from what I hear,
Yeah.
but he needs to fucking do that. And so does Cuarón and Iñárritu.
Yeah.
Both of them, those motherfuckers absolutely could as well. So it's up to them, honestly, because they're they're directors.
Right.
It's their show. And yeah, I know, like, okay, yeah, I'm going to make a movie with this huge star who's whiter than white.
Right.
But they're a huge star. No. They got to, like, put the, like, actually, take that back, because Roma is phenomenal, and he did that. That was his passion project.
Right.
And so, yeah, more of that, but obviously, because it wasn't successful, then they'll use that as the excuse. But it's just like, no, if you give me that stat of 20% of moviegoers is this, for China, you do all of this, then I can make a movie, slash the budget, and let me do something for my people, man. Representation.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's a solution. A solution.
A solution.
A solution, yeah. Hollywood could always wake up one day, but I highly doubt that happen. JJ.
I want to make a neo-noir and have Diego Luna be a hard-boiled, like, down on his luck PI.
Oh, I like
love
that.
this.
I love that.
I love that.
I do like
Where's
that a
the
lot.
set?
Huh?
Give me a location. I want to know where it's at.
West Texas.
But is it
All
like cyberpunk? What'd you say?
It's got to be in JJ's neck of the woods, right?
Is it like
Eagle Pass.
Is it like cyber? Is it like cyberpunk Mexican?
Ironically, if it's in our neck of the woods, we already have No Country for Old Men.
I know. Did they film that shit in Eagle Pass?
No, it's too
The
green.
mayor was corrupt.
It's too green.
It
for
takes
to
place
be-
in Eagle Pass, but that's
Also,
not
they
real Eagle
wanted
Pass.
a
Okay.
shot- yeah, they want where he's like dying like in front of a church. That's our sister city on the Mexican side.
Okay.
But they wanted a shot of him like literally like crossing a border, and it's like, no, we have a bridge. There's no line.
Yeah.
It's a
Free
bridge.
to, yeah.
There's no
Come
fucking
and go
goal
as you
line.
please.
It's just a bridge.
Oh, God.
I have a simple.
I love
like-
that idea, JJ.
I do actually.
Yeah.
I got a simple one too. I want to have Mexican dope, like the movie Dope, with black people.
Oh!
Yes.
Yeah, to show that
Mexican coming of
Mexicans
age.
are Americans also. Right? Yeah.
Mexicans can come of age.
Yes.
We're not just violent marauders immediately.
You guys like rap music?
Yes.
I thought it was only, what is it called? Is it Tejano?
Well, that's one of them. One of many.
Thought you
Cumbias.
guys just like
mariachi.
Tejano. Mariachi
Banda.
music. Yeah,
Banda,
that kind of shit.
corridos,
Yeah,
Yeah, I would love to see that.
I don't even know who this girl is. I just typed in Latinx actors. She's Mexican. Fine, cast her.
Good
I don't
enough.
care.
But you know why? Because I know 30 girls that look just like her, and that's familiar to me. That's good though. Why do you think I put the fucking Encanto girl in that family up there? Because there's like a black one, there's a white one. She's
They're not
brown.
Mexican.
They're
Colombian.
Latin. They're Latin.
Oh, okay, close enough.
Yeah.
So what-
But I know
look,
3 girls that look like Mirabel. I just know them. I'm probably related to one of them. Right? Just because the curly hair, the glasses,
Right.
kind of chubby cheeks, right?
Yeah.
I got chubby cheeks,
You
right? The little boy, Bruno looks like my fucking brother. Fucking skinny man, like skinny Latin guy with curly long hair.
still refuse to watch that movie.
It's
but
a
yeah,
fine movie. It's not
I don't
exceptional.
believe it
It's
because
fine.
Lin-Manuel Miranda had something to do with it. He's my arch enemy. But yeah,
But that's why I put that up there because that's a
Okay.
good representation, and it's this year took forever.
you guys had
Last year.
Coco.
Huh?
You got Coco,
Coco,
which is as depressing as Soul, but you still got it.
right?
Book of Life.
Book of Life.
I like Book of Life.
Book
more
of
than
Life is
Coco.
actually pretty good. Yeah, I was about to
Because
say
Book
that
of Life
was
is
underrated.
whimsical. It has
Yeah.
whimsy, and Coco's like, nobody lets me do anything. I'm dead for most of the movie,
Right.
and then my grandma actually dies.
Yeah,
that's
we're just
terrible.
gonna sprinkle some other sad shit in there,
Right? Yeah,
just to make sure you
The
cry.
guy that vanishes into nothing.
Yeah.
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 What the fuck other Pixar movie? I don't see white people vanishing into nothing. Why the fuck does a Mexican have to
yeah.
vanish
He
into
died
nothing?
twice.
And why does the black guy, as soon as something good happens to him, fucking die? Okay, great. Thanks, Disney. What the fuck?
We don't talk about Bruno.
I've never heard the song.
Last bit from the chat.
Okay.
An Eddie Guerrero movie to unite
I would
everybody.
love to see that. I would absolutely love to see
Who
that.
would play Eddie Guerrero?
I did not give an idea. I went on a tangent about
Dr.
directors
Wagner.
doing shit.
Dr. Wagner Jr.
They could actually probably get Diego Luna with his face. Actually,
I don't know. Like, I honestly wouldn't know what. Like, you guys all had great ideas. I only
we
went on
all
that tangent
demand
because I
them.
don't know.
We all demand. That's the thing. We
I have no
thirst.
clue what you want.
We hunger for it.
I know what we want.
We think about it so often. What we would want if we
Yeah.
had the ability to make the movies that we could make.
Yeah.
I mean,
So do I.
And
That's what I'm saying.
historically speaking, they'd be exceptional based off of the Oscars.
It'd all have like a 90%
Right.
at the very least rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Because I look at me as a personal person. That didn't make sense. I can't tell a good story to save my life,
You're capable of directing, though.
but I could paint the picture.
Yeah.
And figure it
Went to
out.
school for that.
Right. Right. Because we, I would say, just Mexican culture, Latin culture in general, has great storytelling elements. Our songs are storytelling. Our books are excellent. Our movies are excellent because
Movies are great.
Novelas are nothing but elaborate, decades-long stories. For Christ's
Fucking
sake.
telenovelas, which is like Mexican writers not trying. It's
Right.
fucking entertaining. So
Right.
it's just like, yeah.
Right.
It's what you do.
So I think that's one of those things. Like rhythm is in our soul, in our blood.
No, it is. It absolutely
And
is.
so if any one of us were given the funding
You're going
to
to
do
kill
what
it.
we wanted to do, JJ.
So I want to see Marcos make a movie.
JJ,
Like, it's gonna be good.
do you ever think about being a movie director?
Or writer or anything.
Writer mostly.
So
Yeah, I feel
but
like
if we gave you
JJ,
the money,
yeah.
you could probably write something pretty
Him
nice.
and Ed could grind
That way-
out some excellent shit.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, without having to worry about job and anything like that. You could probably crank out something pretty good in,
I say, hey,
your heart of hearts.
JJ, I'm going to pay you $100,000. Write me a script in about a month.
All right.
dude,
Gonna
I
be
do that.
excellent. It's
do
gonna
it
be
in a
great.
weekend.
Yeah, no shit.
Go to the strip
And
club.
just
every other
vacation.
night. I got $100,000 later.
Gonna have the gun. Just make it rain gun.
All right, so where's the set in America? Fuck that. We're shooting that in the other side. Everything's half off the budget. Cut in half
Show up
already.
to Tommy's place, like all hungover, and like, oh shit, right. So these two guys steal a car or something.
It's like a magical car. You know, like a magical car.
And I guarantee he's gonna win an Oscar. I'm gonna believe it. I'm gonna be like, hell yeah, a green lit.
I mean,
I just thought of a cool movie about two cholos in a magical car. That sounds like a great idea.
That was how he got his inspiration, the strip club.
not to put you under the thumb real quick, but if it's just like name a black plot and it probably exists. Like,
What do you mean?
Name a movie, a
All
plot
of
with
them.
black folk.
Get out.
yeah, no, a black guy that's a horror icon. We don't have one, but you know what?
Candyman.
Like at best, we have La Llorona that came out 2 years ago.
But it's so many different like Latin cultures
Right.
that claim La Llorona. Yeah, we have Candyman.
Yeah,
You
you
have-
have Candyman. You have the one
Blackula.
with you have Bones with Snoop Dogg.
We're not counting that. Blackula. We'll take Blackula. Yes, Blackula. No bones. We were doing this, and then you just nosedived and Marco.
Yeah,
I
cool.
just
You have
made
a
it
cool
easy.
cop drama. You have cool superhero movies. Training Day.
I mean, it's one guy.
No, but I'm talking about movie, just in genre movies
Oh.
where black people star.
Well, let's go. Boys in the
Space- you
Hood,
have-
Menace to
you have
Society,
space,
Juice.
but do you have like space movies?
Ludacris
Homeboys
went
in
to
Outer
space.
Space.
Huh?
Homeboys in, that's a show.
Ludacris went to space.
Ludacris
And
was in
Tyrese.
space. And Tyrese.
Boom.
Black people in the jungle. Anaconda.
One. We have one.
I'm just
The Rock is half black.
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle. Every movie. Every Rock movie.
And The Rock
He's
does a
in the
lot of
jungle.
things. Fought robots. He's
Yeah.
fought so that's what I'm saying, right? Like you said, if you just make a plot with a black person in it, it doesn't exist.
No, if you make a plot and then put it like a Mexican cast, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
But if you do it like
Hell-
as a comparison to,
You're right.
it does exist.
Put Will Smith in anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Him
Dude,
and
I
Rock.
I don't know if Mexicans have been to space outside of Battlestar Galactica.
You have not.
Yeah, it's just him.
And that was one. That's what I'm saying. Can we
technically,
get 4?
Poe Dameron's not Mexican, but he's in space. That kind of counts. Cassian Andor exists in space. No, he's never leaves planet. He does once.
The chat brought up a good one. The Five Bloods is in the jungle. That's black people.
Damn, that's a great movie too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Right. So right.
Holy shit, yeah.
Yeah. Black people in the ocean. That could be really bad. If
Okay,
you think about
depends on. Do you count Somalians as black?
it. Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea.
Captain
Blue
Phillips.
Sea, Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
Pirates,
were
Mexicans
granted.
at sea.
Oh, Michael Pena was in The Martian. I forgot about that.
Was he?
Was he the Martian?
No, he
Then
was,
it don't count.
Well, Donald Glover was in it too. It's like, who cares? Yeah, that was Matt Damon's
Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
Yeah.
Was Michael Pena shitting and making
I was
potatoes?
about to
No.
say, that was the white guy making shit potatoes. That's,
Right.
that's what that movie was.
I mean, but that's the difference, right?
I mean,
Right.
you guys legit to go piggyback off Sam's point. You guys got 2 or 3 black Western cowboys.
We had a whole movie.
You got 3 movies.
Yo,
Oh, we did. We had Posse, The Harder They Fall. What's the other one?
You have 2
Wild Wild
Tarantino
West.
movies.
Yeah.
2 Tarantino
Oh,
movies.
this
Wild
Django.
Wild West.
Yeah. Which we have a lot of problems with, but it does count. It technically counts.
The
He's a
Hateful
star.
Eight. Samuel
Eight
Jackson.
kind of counts.
Yeah, like there's. I think
He was the
the-
last man standing. He didn't after the credits, but he stood as long as the movie was on. Sure.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh no, we got represent because we had to fucking kick doors down and be like, "Fuck that noise," and we had fucking John Singletons and Spike Lee's who were like, whose main goal was like, "No, we're highlighting our culture. Fuck your shit. Like we're gonna make you like it." Hence, Boys in the Hood and Do the Right Thing, to where it was so good they couldn't ignore those. And it's just like we know Mexican directors and movie makers and writers are capable of that. And it just seems like they just shut, not the directors, but Hollywood or anyone, investors, producers, just kind of shut the door on that shit unless it's like an American me or a tax collector, some shit like that.
Right.
Like you have to be what we think you are. And like I said,
Again, Vince McMahon.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, and it's just like the thing with like no. That's why I said
Specific
no.
mold.
Exactly right. Like no, you need your creators to be like fuck that. Like no, we need a dope.
Yeah.
Like you desperately need that shit. Like and it just baffles me. It really does. I've told you this before. I don't understand.
Right.
It makes no logical sense. No logical financial sense to me. Why there aren't just a litany of Mexican American actors who are like headlining films.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, okay.
We'll be right back after this break. How do you feel about Stand and Deliver?
I've never seen Stand and Deliver, but you know what? I think that next time we'll be able to talk about more Latino representation in movies and TV and cinema. That's the same thing. Music as well. That's confusing. Latinos in music and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's going to be a whole other different conversation. But you know what, folks? I think that's it for. That's part 1. A lot of these series for Más o Menos have been part 1s of further conversations. So I feel like this series still has a lot more meat on the bone, and I'm glad that we were able to get back to it. So thanks, Marcos, for hosting this episode.
Not a problem at all. Like I said, if you want to find me, just type JLMarco62 into anything and I'll pop up. JKing88 says, thanks for putting your stimulus money to work when it comes to doing those MFTs.
Oh, no, that's not my stimulus money. That is a direct result of Manscaped and other sponsors and viewers like you. So don't think that you guys giving me money doesn't go to cool shit. If you guys give us money, I'm not going to spend it on me. We have a budget now, so everyone sees where the money goes. So if you want t-shirts and giveaways, I can just use Mexcellence money, and that's great because I just want to give it away. I don't need Mexcellence money. Fuck it. You all can have it. Back to the people. So, yeah.
JJ, where can they find you?
You can find me at Super Saiyan JJ pretty much everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Steam. Don't add me on Steam.
And I'm the Mexcellence. Of course, you can find me on all forms of social media, _Mexcellence. And pretty much anything with the Mexcellence official on it, anything that our shows are in on, that goes through me and or Marcos. So if you want to reach one of us, do it there. My personal page is getting a little fluffy and messed up. So I would prefer if you didn't try to reach me on my personal page anymore. But there's still some people that I have on there, and I'll like your memes and stuff. But just to be honest, I'm not going to be able to get to everybody. I'm starting to have less and less capacity to do that because everyone loves sending me memes, and I appreciate it. But not everyone can get the same care. So be sure to message the Mexcellence official, and I'll make it a point to answer there. Marcos, they know where to find you, right?
I already did my outro.
Cool.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Y'all have a great night.
We're still gonna get copyright strict.
Now if we talk over.
Wait, which one is this one? Oh no, it's still quiet. I don't know. Is it too loud or too quiet? I can't tell anymore. Oh, that was too loud.
Hey guys, and we're back. So we're kind of done with today's topic. So what I wanted to say to the viewers out there is just give you a quick state of the channel kind of thing. Not necessarily a state of like things are bad, things are great. Just giving you an update for what you can expect for the next week. Because we're at like a very important pendulum right now. We're doing 3 shows next week. It'll be on Sunday. I don't think we've done a Sunday show since the last Anime Excellence.
I wasn't even there. Hi, I'm Tommy McGrew.
We're doing a special Super Bowl show. It'll be at 1:30. We're going to be giving out awards to who we think performed the best this season or the worst, depending on the category. And then we'll make our predictions. And I think that's a good pre-show. Have some drinks with us. Tuesday, the Anime Excellence actually does make a comeback because Demon Slayer finishes up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
I gotta catch up on that.
It's a 45-minute.
I know. That's why I'm like, damn. These last 2 episodes, I need to watch them.
Right.
You didn't see the last episode?
No, I like everything's been backlogging on me because now with my schedule change, I'm just not like used to it.
Yeah, no, I had to go through some sort of like resetting my mental clock kind of thing too. That being said, it's a good one. We might talk a little Attack on Titan. For sure, we're talking Demon Slayer. And then Thursday, McGrew's Reviews is also making a comeback. So we'll be reviewing Peacemaker and Boba Fett. And we're going to try to keep you guys a little bit more updated with what we're doing. We're going to be posting more regularly. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, even Twitter if you feel froggy. Any of y'all got any comments to make?
Yeah, folks, if you're listening right now or watching live, I'm in the works of getting actual, and I think I've called on another show, I've announced it on other shows, but I'm actually going to make a real thing about it, and I'm going to make the MFTs, man. We're getting into the MFTs. Do you know what those are?
Mexcellence frowny token.
No, Excellence fungible tokens. NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Well, guess what? I'm making fungible tokens. So for those of you who are subscribing out there, we're actually going to open up subscriptions on Spotify as well. So if you want to support us on the audio level, if you're listening right now, you'll be able to do so at a certain penny, dollar increment every month. If you like what you hear, if you like what you see, that helps us immensely. And I will be giving out actual physical 3D printed tokens with the Excellence logo on there. And then for those of you who are subscribing on video, whether it be on YouTube or on Twitch, if you guys are either actively subscribing with money on Twitch or if you're subscribing on YouTube, I'm going to be printing out and making keychains of the Excellence character Chile G. Now, Marcos, I don't have it queued up, so I'm going to reach over real quick.
What's up?
For the people watching right now, I'm going to give you a super exclusive sneak peek. It's not even the final product. It's going to be just about that. I want to give don't move it. I'll walk over. Of what I'm actually going to be giving away. So, just
And Solo from the Pet JJ.
What'd you say?
It's a Family Guy reference.
So I'm supposed to pee myself now?
Oh God.
So, I'm just gonna, if you could, just drag. Oh, there it is. You can drag it around. Play with it. But yeah, so I spent a lot of the Manscaped money and the Mex merch money and all that stuff to make a 3D printable Chile G logo action figure / trophy / statue. So if you're listening right now, go watch our video. I'm not going to put it up until it's actually done and printed, but I wanted to give a sneak peek to those people who watch our archive on YouTube, who listen and watch on Spotify. And Spotify has video now, so if you want to watch it there, you can. Twitch Live, obviously you saw it there. And then our archive on YouTube, if I didn't mention that before. I'm not putting this in the highlight channel, the main channel. We have an archive channel you can go and watch. So if you search the Excellence, you'll find both of them and all of them. So be sure to follow those. And for those of you who are already subscribed, by the time those come out, you'll be drawn into enterings. I'm going to put custom name plaques on them. So it's going to be all customized. It's going to be all itemized. It's going to be amazing. So look out for that. You're going to get...
have the technology.
Huh?
But I really want you to make them amiibos.
That's only if I don't know what it would be an amiibo of, but we can find the technology. There's guys on like YouTube that know how to make the NFC chip type things.
Yeah, you just need to take that out and
Yeah. I'm not gonna make fraud. I'm not gonna fraud like Link.
Just make it like a Charizard or something.
Okay. We'll find old amiibos and chop out their bits and then put it in these.
Yes, exactly.
That's the easier way to do it. That's not illegal. Anyway, so we're going to do some stuff like that. We're going to do more giveaways for t-shirts. If you go to mexmerch.com, we haven't really brought up mexmerch.com a whole lot, but we're going to bring out more designs as well. That's I'm going to just buy designs at this point because I'm not a very great artist, but I have a lot of great ideas. So if you have ideas out there as well, if you want a shirt of a certain thing, we'll make it and we'll get it printed and we'll get it going. So be sure to check us out at all of those avenues.
Key is saying he makes amiibo chains.
Well, there you go. But there's mexmerch.com. There's some stuff for the cozy collection for this winter. We're going to switch it back up to the spring collection, bring back some tank tops. Cold is almost over, folks. We're going to be back in the sun sooner than you think. So be sure to go to all of those places. And just, I'm not begging. I'm not gonna. But I really hope that if you really like what we're doing out here, that you give us a like, you give us a subscription, you follow us, you rate us 5 stars on Spotify, you give us those thumbs up on YouTube. If you give us all those things, everything else will fall into place and we'll be able to take this into a whole different level. So if you like conversations about Mexican representation, if you like conversations about anime, if you like conversations about just the silly nonsense that you've seen on our TikTok and on our YouTube, every little bit counts, and the more bits that we get, the better it counts. So we can make a whole lot of progress here with just a little bit of help. I feel weird asking for it, but you got to, and you got to get used to asking for it. So I'm asking you guys for it. If you like what we do, support it as best you can in any way free. And if you can support it with money, we likes money. So it all helps. We appreciate you all. JJ, you have anything to say to the people?
I smell like fresh cut spring flowers spewed across a babbling brook
With a hint of lemon.
Thank you, Manscaped.
That was an Ed and Eddie reference. I love that line.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming out today. Like I said, joining us Sunday at about 1:30.
Oh, 69. Either $69 or 69 bits.
69 bits. From
Hell
Steve.
yeah. And you get little animations. Oh, no. The Adam Sandler's gone. Oh, I got to fix
I
that.
heard it.
Yeah, he's laughing, but no, there's a little animation of me giggling. I got to revamp everything. But if I don't revamp everything because we have money to just pay someone to revamp it, that's what we're talking about, baby. But thank you for donating. Thank you for all the things that you folks do. Marcos, we actually never gave an outro to the actual Mexcellence podcast one. So let's just cut real quick and just cut away and be like, oh, Sam, what'd you do over there? And then we can end the actual show and I could put this at the end. That's not a real ending. Also, we just get copyright strict. And it was super quiet, so nobody even knew that it was ta-ta. But anyway, folks, hey, I'm over here. Oh, he cut away. No, we got to do a real outro. Okay. I'm serious because we were just like, we'll be back after these commercials, and then that would be the end of the show. Other than talking about what we're doing next, we have to tell people. Well, actually,
I thought we were doing a dramatic end, like the way SNL does.
Oh no,
thank you guys for coming.
Oh no, no, it doesn't work that way because we went to a commercial and then we went to not the show. We didn't end the other show. We have to end the show and then we'll put that at the end. And then we can have that same exit. Which now, the longer I talk, the more the ending gets reset. So this is now the ending, which is then the lead to the beginning of the ending.
It's just Looper now.
We're just looping. Yeah. So the longer I talk, okay, here's the end. Come back to you and then ask me about Latin movies.
Well, thank you guys for coming back. My name is Marco. How do you?
No, that's not. No, you have to ask me about Latin movies. I get my final. Now this is the end again. We're still at the end, and this is the end now. Cut to you. Ask me about Latino movies and representation.